Right.
not ruin the pan. You don't want to be doing that.
No, you don't want to be doing that. All right,
So,
we're 8 minutes over. Let's let
My bad.
Danny
oh,
tell
Uh,
us what's
I
going
mean,
Thank you for the advice.
it's pretty
on. No, you're
freeform
good.
now. So I did
Yeah.
say
Are you recording or are you streaming?
I'm gonna have to scrape the VOD. So
Okay, so this will be session 0 now, or at least concepts of.
yeah, it's pre-discussion.
Okay.
I don't. We may
Yeah.
have to do a real session 0. I don't know. It depends.
Mm.
So I will say so. The let me look at what I said in the channel, and let me. The problem is my lighting is kind of dependent upon. And let me make sure. Okay, no, this is fine. So I can do this. Good, and it's not gonna screw up the stream. Oh, it kind of does screw up the stream. God damn it.
Does it? It looks fine on my end.
It'll look weird for a second because it like covers up. Anyway, so I haven't really
Oh.
prepped anything per se.
Oh, got it.
I've just been looking at stuff that I could run. So yeah, as I mentioned yesterday, 2 days ago. So this, like I said, wanted to do higher level stuff for one because higher level is fun, and it gets you get to do more cool stuff. It can be a little bit more complex to balance, but yeah, if it's the
And
amount
also
for
when we
one
did the
shots and stuff.
poll, right? And also when we did the poll, like
Yeah,
level
people were
9
about
plus. Yeah, I got a lot of votes.
that. So yeah, I've been super freaking busy and working at home this week, so I don't have anything super prepared. I've looked at 2 or 3 things, and then I thought of like creating 1 or 2 things. Um, so, quick little flash poll. The two, like, kind of the two archetypes. So one would be like basically like more like an arena, strictly encounter based type thing, where it's literally like you're getting dumped in and you're gonna have a bunch of shit thrown at you type stuff. So that would be one option. That's frankly a little bit easier for me to design, but also it's me kind of freewheeling it myself because it wouldn't be a pre-made. It would be me just designing something, but it gives me a little bit more freedom, but also a little bit more responsibility. Um, the other one would be more of like a dungeon crawl type thing. And well, I will say, and so the arena, I could strictly make it one shot only. I could make it multi potential, like 2, 3, maybe more shot. Uh, so there's some flexibility there. The other one would be more dungeon crawly type stuff, probably pre-made. I've looked at least 2 pre-mades, and then one possibly adapting a like 4th edition one for 5th edition, which is a little bit more work for me because it's a bit weird because they're very different.
Yeah.
But I like the setting and the general idea of it, so it's could be fun. So would y'all be more interested in something that could have more like potentially social and RP stuff, or like you're really just kind of looking to see combat stuff? Like so, or I guess that aside, which of those two is more interesting to you guys, or if you have another idea for something that I could either look for or build out quickly, then let me know.
My only concern with the arena is the short rest versus long rest opportunity. That would be my only concern
I will
because if you
say,
get something that burns through too quickly,
yeah, I will say
then you're kind of like not able to do anything.
yeah, the one concept that I had is you would get some rests. So I'll briefly describe the general concept of one. So it's literal. It's almost like, and I come up with all these sorts of weird stuff. Like there's one where I've actually built out another one in Foundry already, where it's like you start out at level 1, and you fight through a dungeon, and then you have to clear the entire dungeon. Even if you die, there's like revive mechanics, and then once it's done, then you auto level up to 2. You're insta rested, and then you fight again. And it's basically like you kind of progress up the dungeon to see how many to get through those levels. Given the fact that people don't really want to play level 1 stuff, I'm assuming that's off the table. But it's something that I have kind of built out if anybody's interested at some point. So this would be
I like
something.
the concept too.
Yeah, it could be fun, but
Very similar to the dungeon of Mad Mage.
yeah, actually, yeah, not too bad. So this one would be kind of like that, except without the leveling, in the sense that it would be almost like waves. Like you would have this arena, you would be fighting something, you don't know what, like essentially a wave of something, and then once you clear it, you would potentially get a rest. Like maybe it's every other one you get a rest. Maybe it's every and there'd be like after X number of encounters you'd get a long rest. After X number of encounters you'd get a short rest. That kind of thing. So the rest mechanics would be in there, but it'd be more just like at that point like how deep in that could you go? And that's the one where it's like we can certainly have a stopping point each week, but like that could potentially go on for weeks and weeks and weeks if it ends up being like you get through like 12 different rounds of this because you can only run
Yeah.
probably like 3 or 4 a week. So
And
Well,
let me.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna reiterate. Remember, I would like to reiterate what I said at the very beginning that my schedule, because of work and because of for 1 year anniversary, is I will not be picking up the Crash Menagerie story until after the Sunday,
mid-April,
August 16th.
April.
Yeah, sorry, April
I say,
16th.
damn,
Sorry.
August, shit.
Oh, sorry.
We're
Sorry.
taking a
Yeah.
half a year hiatus.
No.
You ready,
So
boys?
it did get punched back a little bit more rather than the middle of March to the middle of April. But
Well,
then
that's
we're
cool
back
then.
on. We are back on. We will have, so I'm actually personally, I'm cool with a little bit of RP percent.
Okay.
That's always going to be my thing because I like contained. Like even if we're like you said like arena style, even if you do something where it's just like the ball of the ball of fun, right?
Yeah, happy fun ball.
Where like
Yeah.
that happy fun ball where we're just RPing through a happy fun ball situation where you just literally just come up with random ass encounters to try to figure out a way out. That's fine because if that takes with this group 6 weeks, that's perfect.
Yeah.
I will say I'm trying to shy away from designing puzzle stuff because for one, I'm not a good puzzle designer, so that
Oh, I
would
get that.
require a lot of work.
Puzzles are very hard.
Yeah, they're hard to
Well,
build.
Yeah.
sorry,
If you,
what I
you don't
meant.
go in with the right state of mind, it's like, how the fuck? What is 2 plus 2?
Sorry. So what I meant with Happy Fun Ball in that way, not puzzles, is what I meant is like if you really wanted to just like drastically be like we're in an extra dimensional space and we are literally shifting like different.
Oh, I see.
If you have like different concepts, like
Yeah. Yeah.
and you do like an arena where that makes sense in that kind of space. We all say yeah, sure, we are moderate adventurers because everyone said 9 or so. So we're already moderate adventurers. You could
Yeah.
just come up with like a wizard bamps you to this because he wants
Yeah,
to trial you
kind
or
of like
something.
the conceits of like the battle royale stuff they've done.
So,
It's just like,
Exactly.
like Q's playing with us. If anybody watches Star Trek,
yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
like cute.
Yeah.
We legitimately get cute. Yeah, exactly.
Oh shit. Yeah. I
I've
was gonna
watched
say
that. That's the one Star Trek I've watched.
you picked a good one.
Blasphemy.
The one Star Trek.
Well, I watched all of TNG, so I watched a lot of it. But
TNG.
it's the
Excellent.
only series that I've watched.
you picked the best one.
Yeah, I've heard. So that's one
Yeah.
of the reasons I did, and it was very good. I did enjoy it.
I hear that the Picard is pretty good as well, but it is.
I mean, that actually Battle Royale is actually another potential option, which is super fucking easy for me to design. All I need to do is build the arena.
Yeah,
But that's a bit
don't like
freaking
Battle
weird
Royale.
because yeah, like
It's a
it
lot.
very much favors certain characters versus others. Or we could even do Team BR, but that's meh as well.
Yeah, but you can always do a combination of the two. Just because a level doesn't have to be all combat, it could be you have to achieve an objective, but using skills versus combat.
Mm.
Because yeah, so and it's higher level content in general that's pre-made is a little bit difficult to find. It seems like most things are like level 1 to 10, and
Most
like,
things are catered to
yeah,
new
like-
people because there's new DMs, and the high level is intimidating to new DMs, and yada yada.
Yeah.
So
Well, check out Dungeon and Mad Mage because it's 5 through 20.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'll have to take a look.
You start off at level 5 in the Yawning Portal and Waterdeep, and it's basically what you're talking about right here. You're going down, and you can either do milestone or you can do XP, but it's basically set up to where like the first 3 or 4 levels. Once you get to that level, it's one level up, and then after that, it's every other level is a level up
Okay.
until you get all the way down to Hollister.
yeah, I mean, Mad Mage might be cool. We just start at
Yeah,
like
at a
what we said, like
lower
at
level.
9,
Yeah.
and just go or whatever needs to go.
I have on my to-do list to start reading that a bit. It sounded super cool. By the 20.
Hey, I have the book if you want to borrow it, but I also have it on
also on
Fantasy
5e
Grounds
tools.
as well. Yeah. Oh, you have it on
Fantasy
5e tools? Okay.
Yo, okay. Yeah,
I mean,
I'll
all
look
the
into it.
WotC books are on 5e tools.
That's true.
You should own them
Yeah,
first.
I mean, I think I'd be leaning towards maybe something
Okay.
like that because we could RP and battle and have fun
I mean, I
and
will
not
say
against each
one
other.
of the things that I was looking at is from some of the Tales of the Yawning Portal stuff because it does have a couple of higher level ones. So
Hmm.
Yeah.
And there is some RP involved with that as well. You can do straight dungeon crawl, or there's actually side quests you can do that lead into other side quests. You actually end up going into Skullport and all that as well. So there's chance for a little bit of everything.
So wait, Dungeon of Mad. Oh, so it takes place. It starts in Waterdeep. Okay.
It starts
Yep.
in Waterdeep at the it actually starts you in
At
the
the Yawning
Yawning
Portal,
Portal, but
right.
every time I do it, I have the adventurers arrive in Waterdeep
Yeah. Okay.
and then have them buy their stuff and then go to the Yawning Portal.
Okay. Yeah, I'll have to look at that because I do know Waterdeep pretty well from having prepped up Waterdeep Dragon Heist. So.
Yeah. And
Uh,
there's actually things from the Dragon Heist and all that that actually play in with that lead into or lead to
oh, that's
the
right, because
Dragon
it
Heist.
was it was like built, or I don't know if it was built or I think Dragon Heist was built after after it, so it was built as like a preamble intentionally or something.
Yes, pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. That's an option. So yeah, so I'll come up with something for next week. Uh, so let's talk about characters, I guess, because I'll come up with something.
No. Oh, so was level 9 where we're starting?
I think so. I would be
Sweet.
prepared to go maybe up or down a level. If anything, I would say probably up, just because higher's more fun and
Woo.
Well,
and balance. I don't super care about in these. Like if you guys walk over it a little bit more than I would like, oh well.
you
It
can
just means
always
you got
tweak
to
it as we go further,
yeah, you
right?
can. Especially in this particular case where it's like with Strahd, I wanted to be more measured in the customization and tweaking, especially on the fly tweaking, because
Yeah.
because it has like a meaning, especially to like those of you who'd played it before and you wanted to get your first kill or you wanted to keep your streak alive, like that kind of stuff. So it's like I didn't want to. Oh, I made it super easy. So like yeah, it's like a meaningless kill of Strahd feels bad and it's like leaves a real bad taste in your mouth. Like if it's an adventure you don't really know and it happens to be a little bit too easy, it's like who cares? It's okay. It was just a downtime activity for us anyway. So
If no one
As a
has a
fan of the way it
character,
played out.
oh, sorry, yeah, I love how it played out. If no one has a character, I already, because still I still have my DM tendencies, so I prepped out a character already.
I was building a character too.
I got one as well.
I got like half a character.
There you go. And I know, speaking with CJ, he was interested in an
Um,
alchemist.
very beginnings of a character of a snake person.
Oh, Yanti?
What was it?
Yeah,
Artificer with the potions.
Oh,
alchemist.
Alchemist.
Yeah,
Yanti Alchemist.
Yes.
yeah. So he would be a Kolinar or Koilinar, as they're
Oh,
called in Materia. So yeah, Yanti.
Dumb question. Is that a spellcaster?
Artifists
It's
are
half caster,
yeah.
half
Okay,
casters.
I'll take it.
So, and because I know Corbin wanted to try Magus Chief, I made a hybrid spellcaster.
I will say,
Hey.
Like, I am willing if other people want. Like I prefer caster roles, but that's all I've done. So there's
Oh,
everyone wants to do caster. There's a ranger role I go into that I'm okay with too.
I will say it was really cool seeing Brenda because like Artificer was a
Yeah.
huge rework. Artificer was a fucking huge rework. So it'd be kind of cool to see Alchemist, which Alchemist is the one that is of the subtypes is the most changed as well. So
Yeah, Wesley's really excited about your changes. So
yeah,
what is he
so
playing? Alchemist?
like
Hey.
he's playing
he's
our
playing an
Alchemist as well.
alchemist.
Right.
Yeah.
So it'd be kind of cool to get it from, and I don't mean from Wesley's perspective, and now also getting it from someone else's perspective.
At
So
what
CJ's
level are you
perspective would
guys
be
going to
pretty
be
cool.
at, James?
5.
Oh, because are you
Yeah,
doing
they're
Mad
level
Mage, right?
5. Yeah, I'm doing Mad Mage. They
Okay.
just started. They've cleared out the first like 6 or 7 rooms.
Good. Yeah.
Nice.
So, yeah. So at least from what I've heard, and because I don't know, like I will bring I can walk it through. My character, I'm doing the double patron gimmick because I want to see how it works out. So if I can, I am stepping away from a supporty role, and I am just going super gimmick.
Hell yeah.
And so I mean,
Welcome to the dark side.
yeah. Well, no, and what's funny, and
But it's
this
not
is
a
why
power
like
gaming gimmick either. It's just
no. It's just
Opinion.
So my gimmick literally, and I could have done it with you guys, but I wanted to have a character built just in case, so I could help
I think I know
other
what's
people
going.
build. I literally decided, okay, these are my two classes. I am a blood hunter, profane soul. I am a warlock, archfey patron. I literally flipped coins to what level went what level. So first level was blood hunter, second level was blood hunter, third level was blood hunter. I was getting really concerned, and then I got warlock, blood hunter, warlock. I ended up being a 5/4, so I'm a blood hunter 5,
Okay.
warlock
Nice.
4. Like I'm literally, when we level, I'm gonna flip a coin, and that's where I go. Like that's my gimmick on
Well,
this. I'm
yeah,
not
at least you
controlling.
got to 3 on your warlock, right? Because that's when you start getting your invocations and stuff. So
Yeah, 2 you get invocations,
or
3 you
2,
get packed.
3 get your pack. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah. So, for
I
those
was
of you
thinking if
who
you didn't
watch
get to
Critical
3,
Role,
that would be like fudge the dice.
yeah. I think I was gonna make it so I'd be 3 and 3 no matter what. Like I think, but I wanted to see, and it just happened to be that it rolled
Yeah,
perfectly
that's fine.
in that way. I am for my gimmick that's double patron, and I took inspiration from season 2 Critical Role. My character's name is Garland Tusktooth.
Nice.
Yes. So I am the spawn of Fjord and Giester. So I am an orc hexblade warlock, and I want to go dual wield shit, and I want to adrenaline
Yes.
rush at things, and it's stupid
What's your
how well
warlock
this
patron? You
synergized.
said
Fey,
Archfey.
Archfey.
Right. Okay.
So Artagan, and then
Oh, you're
I
straight
did
up doing
Fathomless.
Artagan?
Well, no. I'm just saying, like,
Oh,
so
okay.
the Archfey for that, and then Fathomless, Profane Soul. So I have the water
So
tie.
Artagan, Ukatoa. No, I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
well, Wild Mother, right? But in this case, it's all materia. Um, so yeah, and this character would never work outside of materia because we have a lot of options that allow things to kind of blend a little bit better. Mostly the fact that we took the original Warlock design doc from the UAs of like 2015, and Warlock was originally proposed as an intelligence-based class. So when we made intelligence as an optional rule for Warlock, so I'm an intelligence Warlock
So you're an
and
intelligence hexblade.
Whoa.
not a Hexblade. I am Fathomless Profane Soul. Hexblade sucks. I fucking
Oh, I
hate
thought you said you
Hexblade.
were going to be hexblade.
No, I'm a Gish, but I'm not using Hexblade
Okay.
because we Pact of the Blade is what gives you your Warlock stuff. But I'm not even doing that. So I'm doing the martial prowess comes from being 5 Blood Hunter, and then I flipped a coin. Or actually, I didn't flip a coin. I rolled a d4 and I landed on Pact of the Chain, so I have a familiar. So like everything, this entire character was created out of chaos.
I assume imp,
So
but
Beautiful.
yeah, it's an
okay.
imp. It's a reskinned imp. His name is Boodle.
How tall is he?
He's tiny. He's tiny.
Yeah, imps are tiny.
Yes.
Yeah, they have to be tiny.
Yeah,
No, like
just
here,
imps are just tiny.
I'll
Period.
I even look, guys. I again, this is my DM side. I will drop my token, so Danny has it. I will drop Boodle's token, so Danny has it. I am ready to help you guys make your characters. There you go, Boodle.
Sheesh.
Adam's done more work than I have for this.
I
Yes,
gotta catch up. Look at that
yeah,
thing.
yeah. AI generated Boodle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it makes sense because imps have devil's sight, and this thing's got massive eyes, so it can see. And
See the
the way
future.
it flies is it flies by spinning its really long tail like a helicopter.
So you have tails.
It's fucking Super Mario, boy.
You have
Yeah.
fucking tails.
my
That's your,
God,
that's your,
super
your
geeky.
familiar.
Yeah, but it's just having fun with it. So I'm done. I'm here to help,
You're like,
and I will.
build
Wonderful.
is complete.
No, but like it's fun
Wow.
because like things
That's how you do
things
it.
kind of work out. Like so Danny, so you understand the gimmick, and
Yeah.
the gimmick is I have to damage myself to get my
Yeah.
my things.
Your
No, I
rights,
don't.
crimson
I'm a
rights and stuff.
warlock. Here's the thing. I'm a warlock. I took Fiendish Vigor. I just get temporary hit points, damage
Ah.
myself. So I never hurt myself doing my things.
Okay.
What?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you
I
do.
have
You
temp.
just eat your temp pool.
I eat my temp HP. And here's the other thing. Temp, and this is the other thing, which is really cool. And most people don't realize. Kyle knows this because he's plays enough casters. When you take damage and you have temporary hit points, you are not taking the damage.
Right.
So let's say I take 50 damage,
You
but I have 25 temp HP. I only take 25 damage.
Right, so your con checks
So
are
my
much
con
easier.
checks are a
Yep.
lot lower. So I have a 0 con. I do not have proficiency in constitution saving throws.
This is
So
the
like,
hill that Adam will die on. Con does
this
not
is
need to be +5.
yeah. My charisma is a -2, so I'm going to be very
Yeah!
awkward. So yeah,
The
I
warlock with
just
charisma is a dope stat.
well because of the optional rule.
Yeah.
So and so yes, I really want to. I never get to. I never get to do this, and I was gonna do the sorcerer warlock thing,
Oh, the
but
coffee
I
lock?
was like, no, well, no, no. I told you where I was gonna flip a coin for
Oh, okay.
sorcerer, but then I saw blood hunter, and I did not think I was gonna like the blood hunter, but when I went through and did the reworking and trying to balance it and trying to bring it up to standards, fuck it, blood hunter's interesting actually. So I really want to
So the
try it.
Material Warlock now legitimately is just you can choose intelligence as your spellcasting ability now. Is that
Yeah,
what it is?
there's a whole rule. There's a little optional block that says you can be an intelligence, and for multi-classing you have to be a 13 intelligence and a 13 charisma.
Interesting.
For any warlock feature where it says charisma, use intelligence. Yeah, it's a straight up block on there.
Interesting.
And I want to test it too, because I mean, I don't see why intelligence is quote unquote a worse stat than intelligence than charisma by most people's standards.
Like 1 versus 6 skills, or it's something ridiculous, right?
Well, yeah. So now it opens up warlock to potentially being a fun. I don't. Again, I'm trying not to
Multi-class.
as a fun weave into artificer, into wizard. Because there is in media that classic. I am a wizard, but then I find the occult, and it doesn't work that well in 5e. So this kind of lets you do that. So that's it.
Okay.
That's my spiel. I'm a dual wielding, temporary hit point abusing, imp using female barbarian that has no courage, or
Is
female.
Fiendish Vigor at will? It is, isn't it?
Yes,
Yeah.
it is at will.
Yes, it is.
But it's
that
an
was Yarcy's
action.
pick.
That was Yarcy's, and Yarcy's was even more gimmicky because he was undying, so he had double.
Yeah.
Right.
It was,
He could double.
well, no, it was always max.
Yeah, well, it
Uh,
was.
It was
Yeah, yeah.
strong.
It was always max, and it was double up to your proficient level in warlock, so you
Level,
could get up
yeah.
to a bonus equal to your warlock level.
Yep.
So yeah, this is it, and then I'm ready to just slice, ching, 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 ching.
It's an action to do Fiendish Vigor, right?
Yes, action.
Okay.
But then I have brutal charge from Savage Attacker, so I can charge you and still make a weapon attack. Hey.
For the bonus action?
Yep.
What's the requirement on movement? Just 20 feet, 30 feet? What is it?
No. It's the feat. It's if you can take the dash. If you take the dash action, you can make a weapon attack as part of it.
So you can't
So-
do Fiendish Vigor and that on the same turn then.
Yes, I can because I am able to bonus action charge as an adrenaline rush because I am an orc.
Oh, okay.
I can abuse. I have
Oh, okay. The attack comes as part of that then. Okay.
yes. So again, don't expect to use it that often, but again, just having fun with it. I wanted to try it. I think it's goofy. I think she's either going to be really, 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 really potent, or nothing is going to work at all the way that I think it will. So
This made me think of items, which I will say I think worked out pretty well in the Strahd campaign. The little shopping list I think worked out okay.
Yeah.
This one I don't know that I'm gonna do that just because at higher level it's harder to do that because there's just like a much bigger pool of things that are more reasonable. So
I think everyone gets what +1s.
Yeah, I would say at least +1s, but don't go crazy. Like obviously, if you're like an artificer, you can kind of go a little bit more nuts because you can infuse stuff. But yeah, I'll just kind of default to your best judgments. Again, I'm not super worried about like tweaking the balance to be super tight on these.
Yeah.
But yeah, so don't be afraid to give yourself reasonable stuff, but like don't also try and gimmick your way into build broken shit either.
Yeah.
That's all I say.
And
Yeah, +1s are
I'm-
reasonable though, absolutely.
yeah, I think +1s are reasonable, and
And even
Um,
like just uncommon items in general, like fine, like, some of that.
Yeah.
Sure.
But
like rare.
the rule
like,
of-
20 decks. Come on.
Yeah, like belts
Well-
of giant strength, like that kind of stuff. Like.
well, I think the rule should always be just ask. Like,
yeah. If
get
you
a
have
list
questions,
and
ask.
ask.
Yeah, I would say, but I would say don't be afraid to kind of just build stuff out, but don't assume that I'm gonna be like, check, yes, everything's great.
Yeah, here.
Oh yeah, but do ask if you've got questions. Okay, yeah, let's see
Yeah.
what we got.
So what I did, so
Level 9
yeah,
raid.
I'm screen sharing, yeah.
Yeah, I've
So
seen
I
it.
just went ahead and downloaded, just opened the old 5e thing,
Old school.
and like I haven't rolled HP, so I can do that. Um, and I just tried my best to just list all the features, do all this, but anyway, so you can see. So
What is a
things
long
help.
knife?
A long knife is
I mean, it's 2d4 plus 4, but
yeah,
is that a standard?
no, it's one of the material items. That's why I also want to try to
Okay.
test it. It used to be in 3.5, so
So you're a
I brought
strength
it over.
attacker.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
strength.
That was
Because
one of my questions. Do you know your dual wield items, dual wield weapons at this point? Is it 2 long knives?
yes,
Yeah, like times 2.
two long knives. Yeah, because I have two weapon fighting. I don't.
Nice.
I didn't have the feat points to take um the one that lets me use heavy weapons, or no, that lack the light. So sorry, heavy dual
Right.
wielder, which lets you dual wield
Non-light
not
weapons.
light,
Yeah.
but long knives are light, so that's what I'm using those. Um, I'm trying to use, so I'm doing a different Savage Attacker combo than, I'm not using Savage Attacker, which Karos uses, but I am using Athlete, and I'm using what's the Brutal Charge, and then the Species one, which is Headlong Rush.
Is athlete just the speed boost?
Athlete is the proficiency in athletics,
Oh.
or expertise, severity, or proficiency. And since I can shove people on the charge or attack people on the charge, I want to be decent at it. And then the dual wielder, so dual wielder defense, because I like my AC.
Yep.
Multi
Yeah,
attacker
17's not
just
bad.
lets me attack. If I attack twice with my attack action, I can attack twice with my bonus action. And then the two species ones, one is orc specific, which makes my adrenaline rush better, which is my bonus action dash, but I have to end up closer to the target. And that's what gives me the 35 speed rather than 30 speed.
Okay, that's what I was gonna ask.
Yep. And then
That's from the orc
power.
one?
Yeah, the orc
Okay.
one. And then the powerful strikes is if I roll more than one die, so either advantage or disadvantage, or super advantage or super disadvantage, it doesn't matter. If all the rolls would hit, and a roll is a 19 or a 20, I take the 19 or 20 instead. So if I crit on a 19 and 20, I get to crit on even if I roll disadvantage. But you have to have the powerful build to be able to get that one. So that's what I'm trying it. And then because my wisdom is not fantastic, half feet for the intelligence buff up to 18, and I can use intelligence for my wisdom stuff. So try to make it rounded. Try not to make it too power gamey, but this is a fun character.
So
So
what's
boom.
your Blood Curse of the Eyeless?
So Blood Curse of the Eyeless, it's a reaction attack at disadvantage. Blood Curse of the Unaware is a new one that I want to try out. If they fail, I am considered invisible for them for a turn, so I can get that advantage to hit them. Blood Curse of the Voiceless is essentially a spin-off on another one that they've introduced, and that one is they can't communicate telepathically or speak, so they can't cast spells possibly if it needs a verbal component for a turn.
So Eldritch Sight, Fiendish Figure.
Yeah, so Eldritch Sight is in materia. It's because it was at will, just in general. We made it so it's not the spells. So I just have Detect Magic on, so I see magic. Fiendish Vigor is per proficiency bonus. Yeah, Tempe Tree.
So extra
The
attack comes from, is it 5th level Blood Hunter?
5th Hunter, Blood Hunter, yeah.
Okay, and you just hit, so you're 5 Blood Hunter for Warlock.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Like it just happened to be a perfect split. Like I'd be perfectly fine if it split the other way,
That's
but
fair,
it just happened to split that way. So
Excellent.
like I laughed. I laughed when I didn't know what it was gonna be, right? And I just started putting the pieces together, and I was like, wait, this works. Okay, put this here. And I was like, oh, this is kind of cool.
Brilliant.
Yeah, it's a combination that I don't think I would ever think of. The morose focus is the custom thing that we added to Blood Hunters for materia. Just whenever I use my hemocraft die to hurt myself, which I will hopefully doing to my temp HP, I get a charge, and then I can use the charges for things. And right now, I'm too low of a level to get more than just any one of the options. And the option is when I take the attack action, I can attack in another time. So I actually can once in a while attack 3 times. Imp is dope. I love imps. I'm very much looking forward to playing imp. Um, Puckish Twist is Archfey because I gave every single warlock. Again, it's the power creep bullshit that they do, right? Like things start getting more and more features at the beginning, and the original printed ones only had one feature, so I tried to give all of the basic, the first tier of warlocks a small feature as well.
Okay.
And this one is if something succeeds on a saving throw and the result is it does nothing against a feature or a warlock invocation or something like that, I can then use my reaction to target it to someone else within range. But again, it has to be a save or suck. It can't be a they take
Right.
half damage for that. So it actually worked kind of funny my my blood maledics. I didn't even consider this. My blood cursor / blood maledics, they're all save or suck.
Hmm.
So I can then now Puckish Twist them, which I thought was pretty cool. I never even
So
considered that.
charges on that, or like what's the?
No, it's just
Just a
because it's so
reaction.
limited.
Okay.
It's a reaction, and because it is literally save or sucks. I mean, I can only do 4 blood curses, so I can't do it that often.
Right.
And then familiar stuff.
Yep.
And I think it's a fun enough, well-rounded character. Oh, and the other thing, sorry, and because I'm fathomless warlock for a fathomless profane soul, if I have my rights on active, which I will always have my rights active because I don't take damage for doing it, I just fiendish vigor, rights. Um, when I make attacks with it, the bonus that I get for the right is that it reduces their movement speed.
Hmm.
That's the fathomless soul one. Yeah, there it is. So uh, if they're large or smaller, they are slowed by 20 feet. If they are huge or larger, they're slowed by 10 feet. And then my spells, which are really weird because I'm a pact caster and a pact caster.
Oh
So
yeah.
therefore, I have 2 sets of pact casting.
At different
I
levels.
have 2 first level spell slots and 2 second level spell slots. Yeah, and they recharge on short rests. So I am a short rest machine.
Ooh.
You just give me short rests and we're good.
And you have 5 cantrips.
Yeah,
Jesus.
2 from
Blood Hunter.
Blood Hunter and 3 from Warlock.
Yeah.
And then I have two spells from Blood Hunter, five from Warlock, and then because I'm Pact of the Chain, I get this guy.
Familiar. Yeah.
Yeah. So that is my character, and I am going to be awkward as fuck because
Charisma
charisma,
of 6.
and because I was raised by Fjord and by Jester and by Kingsley, the Pirate King. So I am I am a pirate. And I have boo boo.
Sweet.
So that's why I wanted to just like very quickly get my character done. Just knock it out. Get it out of the way so I can help anyone else build their shit. And now you have a
I
Gish
guess
character.
it's good.
You guess it's good?
I'm joking.
I was like, I feel hurt.
It sucks.
Like, it sucks. I just, it was my little side project.
Suppose
So
that'll work.
there you go. I
That's
stopped
cool.
screen sharing. Oh, and also because I was working with Kyle on Warlock stuff, Eldritch Blast is not a cantrip right now. It is a feature. So therefore, my Eldritch Blast is not that good. It's only 1 beam because I am not a 5th level Warlock. I only get 1 blast with my Eldritch Blast.
I mean, you would only get 2 at 9th either way, right? It's
Yeah, I
11
know.
when it
But
goes
I'm
up,
just saying.
but yeah.
So because we're trying that concept out of where Eldritch Blast just be a core feature, just to see how it works out.
Yeah.
So. Let's see. It's yellow.
So you got a Gishy guy. What else?
So you got it, and Gish mostly to enable the Magus Chief
Speaking
to
of,
do his thing.
which by the way, good luck. You might have to do the traditional character sheet route because there's no way I'm building this in D&D Beyond.
Yeah, and I will.
Pseudo paladin.
No,
real quick. Before I forget that, I am going to do the glossary page for everyone's character. So once you figure it out, I will try like what I did for the 13th level characters and like what I did for James's family. I will do this for you guys. So you will get glossary sheets. So here to help. I want to help. I want people to have fun.
Nice. Okay. Because the only question I had about your character, I guess it's more of a comment. Um, expect some warlord questions because it seems like you have more free time than I do at this point.
Uh,
Considering character creation.
I wish I had free time. It's not being able to sleep because of stress from work.
Ah,
Yeah,
classic.
That's free time.
yeah, that's free time.
As long
That
as
is free
it's
time.
not Twitter or Reddit and you're doing something productive, I consider that productive. It's good stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, in all honesty, I've definitely have not gotten enough sleep lately. But it's work stress, and it's not the bad work
Ooh,
stress. It's just work stress.
gotcha, gotcha. Um, well,
And
hopefully that improves. But
you go ahead.
oh, Danny,
No, go ahead.
I was gonna lead in my character, so you have something shorter.
Yep. Nope. Go ahead.
Okay. Uh, still thinking of a
Probably.
name. Not
Name.
this time.
Oh,
No,
here,
I'm
let me
kidding. I'm
screen
kidding.
share
I'm saying,
Warlord.
but
Oh,
my next 7 characters, small gang.
Small gang,
I
yeah.
mean, most races you can choose medium or small. So.
My 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 snake character is small.
Ooh.
You're tempting me.
yeah. Like, keep in mind, like a big thing is looking over the species list, right? Because we have
I noticed that
70 plus.
it was 72 pages, and
Yeah,
that caught me off guard. I was like, I should have read this a long time ago.
It's one per page,
Uh,
but yeah.
it's one because it's one per page, and
Hmm.
almost all of it. There's like really not a lot of extras added, just kind of breaking them out and stuff. So, but there are a lot of them have tweaks. Like Brenda was a hexling, not a hexborn or whatever it was called.
Adam just likes to rename them slightly, and then like change one sentence.
Yeah, and then take credit for everything.
I
It's
saw the
not balanced.
stars. That's a unique character.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
not a centaur. It's a centaur.
No. I was gonna.
Ooh,
What was
with a
it? It
U?
was gonna be
Ah,
a. No, I actually had one for it. It was an. Oh God, a centaur. I think is what it was.
yeah.
Because it's a fae, and they like to ear things. Like they like to put the YR in face shit. So I was gonna be it's a centaur. No.
There's like a 70% chance I'd misspell centaur and end up there anyway, so I think it's right track. I like
Yeah.
that. I like that.
Yeah. But
Um,
anyways, go ahead, Mr. Mega Chief. I'll go ahead and put it up on
Anti inspiration from
screen.
DM.
Hey, that's
ah,
fine. I can take it.
um,
Alright.
so still in the early stages by far. Um, so I'm still figuring out all the skills and feats and features.
Mhm.
But yeah, general idea. I want to try to warlord. Um,
They're
one of
good.
the ones that hadn't been tested yet is a magus chief. Um,
Didn't exist until
the
about a year ago.
Yeah. Thank you, Tasha's Cauldron of Everything, for inspiring us.
yeah.
Mag is chief?
Yep.
Ooh.
Yes.
It's a half
So here we go.
caster, well, third caster warlock or warlock.
Yeah,
So
I'm
mhm.
sharing. I'm screen share. I'm
Nice.
streaming it.
Could
We'll look
you
at it.
scroll and zoom in a little bit? It's a
Yep.
little fuzzy. Yeah. The two primary gimmicks, lower levels, are one, I'm a half spell caster, so I can get my own spells. Um,
You're a third
the
spellcaster.
school,
Third.
I'm a third. Thank you, thank
Yeah.
you. Um,
You will
the
not get anything
schools are
above fourth
interesting.
level, and you certainly won't at this level. You'll only get.
Ah,
Do you even get third level at 9?
nah, I think I'm two.
Two.
No, yeah, you're still yeah.
I don't need it.
No, you
So
don't.
You don't.
the
You
Sometimes.
two
get
main
you get
gimmick.
good features otherwise.
Because the other main feature, when I say, "Hey you, punch that thing,"
Yeah, you can
I
also
can
do
also
cantrips.
say, "Hey you, cantrip that thing," or
Yeah.
as long as it's an action, yeah, cantrip with casting time one action.
And
Boom.
target one creature.
So as long as we have 2 or 3 spellcasters, I'm fully committed to Magus Chief of like, hey, do Vicious Mockery in that bitch, or do throw a bolt at that guy.
I got Thorn Whip, so you're good there.
But
Oh,
not
that's a
Eldritch
good one.
Blast. Eldritch Blast wouldn't work for him because it's not a
Eldritch
cantrip.
Blast is not working.
No.
Yep.
What are the dice rolling rules again for the rule? Your initial stats.
4d6. Drop the lowest.
46 drop the lowest.
Do that 6 times.
Yep.
Oh,
I gotta
sorry. Yeah.
roll. Gotta roll
Then
mine soon.
then set one of the scores to 8
Or lower.
or less. Yeah, you can always go lower. And then you get your 7th roll. You can replace the 4d6 drop one number 7 with any of the other 5 stats that you have.
Okay, I have to find some dice.
Cool.
They have dice.
He's good.
I have a single dice.
I mean, yeah, I was. So yeah, do you know, Corbin? Are you gonna do?
Yeah,
So
which
what?
pursuits? That's the
Which
important.
pursuits are you gonna do?
Um, I'm mostly leaning towards a school out of necessity, I will take the cleric. Well, I guess I already have merit dice for healing.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'm 50-50 between cleric for recovery type stuff or
Well, Druid has that too, right? Pursuit of balance. Well, but
Let
the
me
school,
tell you
the,
real quick. No,
the
no, no.
magic schools
Spoiler.
matter. Yeah.
Spoiler.
spoiler
You don't get evocation, so you don't get healing spells.
Right. You only get was it
for the
enchantment and
You get
evocation. Sorry.
you get
enchantment and
Enchantment and
enchantment
transmutation
and
transmutation.
only.
transmutation.
Okay, so that even
Now,
on top of the spell list, that applies. That filters it further. Okay.
yeah.
Yes.
Here's how it works, and this is because it is actually we did model this off of the third casters.
Right.
So all
Mhm.
third casters are given a limited pool. They're wizard, but I use just look up 5e token maker, 5e token
Okay.
maker, and that'll make your tokens. And that is the color, by the way, that is like of her crimson right color. I don't know what color that is because I'm colorblind, but it looks very cool for my eyes, so I like that color. um, so yeah, so all third casters, they're wizards in standard. So and they can only pull from either abjuration and evocation if you're Eldritch Knight, or enchantment and illusion
Oh.
if you're arcane trickster. Now, when you hit certain level points, it's 3, 8, 14, and 20. Please tell me I got that right off the top of
I
my
think
head.
that's right.
3, 8, 14, 20. Yes, I got it right. That's when you
Nice.
can pick from any school from the wizard.
And also the other
But yeah,
charisma casters.
I'm just saying those casters. So for us, it's a little different
Yeah.
because
Oh
now
yeah.
what you do with your pursuit, you pick. I mean, my wizard spell list, and the reason why wizard is by itself is
Because
because
it's
it's the
fucking
biggest and
insane.
best spell list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
That's the
Oh.
pursuit, the mystic pursuit. The pursuit of divinity is
I mean,
paladin and
you
cleric.
could make it the wizard and sorcerer spell list, but it's fucking pointless. For one, because
No,
it's a
but
different type of caster, but also the sorcerer spell is just like strictly worse than the wizard one.
yeah,
Almost. There's like three
yeah.
spells that are not on the wizard.
Well, and also it plays into the
Yeah.
charismata start,
Right.
right?
Right.
And then the pursuit
Mhm.
of balance, which is druid and ranger. So you can kind of look at arcane, holy, or arcane, religion, nature. That's kind of how I broke it up, right?
Or fourth edition terms,
Or
it's arcane, divine, and primal.
yes, thank you, correct. Or actually
Mm.
in 1D&D, it's what they're
That's
Yeah.
going
primal.
back
Well, I
to.
don't know if
Yeah,
primal is the one that they're using
it
for
is
that.
primal.
Ooh.
Is it primal?
It is
Okay.
primal. Yeah,
Yay!
They're
yeah,
just making it fourth edition.
It's back!
yeah.
Woo!
So, yes. So you obviously cantrips do not follow the restriction. You can pull it from any from the pursuit that you pick. It
Any,
doesn't matter what school.
yeah, schools are unimportant.
Yeah, not a school. But then once you pick your spells, and that's why you have to do this in order, honestly, just to make sure that you don't fuck it up.
Mhm.
Right.
Like you have to do it level by
Because you
level.
usually like
If
replacements and
Yeah.
stuff later.
you can start replacing, right? And then so at this level, you would have 2 spells from any school, and on top of it being from any school, that's where your pursuit of charismata kicks in. You can also replace them not just from, let's just say you did balance. It doesn't have to be druid, it doesn't have to be ranger. It can be druid, ranger, bard, sorcerer, or warlock,
Which are the charisma casters.
which are the charisma cast. That's why it's called charismata because you're a warlord. You're
If
using
you're already
charisma.
charisma, yeah.
Yeah. So,
Mhm.
hi, look. Hi, it was meant to be designed this way. Fuck yeah.
Okay, so
Um,
any school of magic and in addition to your magical pursuits. Okay, so that
Right.
yeah,
is
So you get 5 spell lists for the most part,
5
except
spell
unless
lists.
unless you started with Mystic, in which case you'd be 4.
4. Yeah.
okay.
Cool.
Ah,
And
and may also choose. Okay, that's for the 4. Okay.
yes. Um, regardless of what you choose, charisma is your spellcasting modifier because you are a
Charisma
warlord.
class. Yeah.
Yeah, you're a charisma class. So that's it. Like literally, what you're getting is you're getting limited spellcasting.
Hmm.
But yeah, I would definitely, to Adam's point, do it in order. Start like at level 2.
And
What are the 2
Yes.
spells that I want? And they're going to be
and
enchantment or transmutation from my spell lists.
and here,
That's it.
and this is
100%.
because Danny and I are insane.
Oh, the spreadsheet. You're gonna show them the spreadsheet.
I will show you the spreadsheet.
Yeah.
Gimme.
Well, it's just a sample build, I think.
It's a sample. So
Okay.
let's just
And
because
which
we
was
did
based off of
balance.
Mystic, I think. Oh, is it balance?
I did all.
Oh, you
I
did
did
one.
one of
Oh,
each.
dude.
Yeah,
Yo,
I updated it because we used to have different schools, so I
give
updated
me
it.
those tabs.
Well, so
Does it?
yeah, before I understood how it worked, I was like, this class doesn't work because it can only be enchantment or transmutation. It's like, well, but not always.
Not always.
Yeah, that caught
Let
me off
me.
guard initially at
Oh,
first, but
also,
yeah, the
it
3rd and
didn't
8th
work
level.
because we
Concentration
removed,
was the thing.
yes. So it
Ooh.
used to be strike like iron, which you all have seen. That's the putting a merit die on something.
Mhm.
And then I don't know if I remember, I would have to brain on the red dot because I was concentrating on the merit
I
die.
forgot about that.
Yeah.
Well,
And it
so
clashed with this
and
because
it
a lot of
clashed
the
with
spells
this
are
because
concentration. And
so
it's just
many
like I
of the
can't.
enchantment and transmutation spells that are worth a shit are concentration.
Yeah.
So it was like, okay, well then I can't use one of the main features of my class because
Dang.
I have like either I can't use my spellcasting or I can't use my strike like iron, and it's like
It's anti-synergy,
yeah,
and
it's
that's what we're
very
trying to remove,
anti-synergy.
right?
So we
Yeah.
recently, as in like since this break started, I think,
Yes, it was
removed
during this break that we made the change.
yeah
Finally.
Oh.
removed the concentration requirement for strike like iron.
Because it has too many variables for it to trigger anyways, right? You have to put
Yeah,
it on a creature, your ally has
that's
to
to
attack it,
miss.
or you, and it has to miss.
Yeah,
And if it dies before they even use it,
right.
you
It just
wasted it
goes away.
anyways. There's too many conditions. So
So
we're gonna
encumbering
try
it
it.
with the concentration was pointless.
Yeah. So yeah, like so Corbin, wizard,
Yep.
wizard, divine, or balance. I made sample sheets in progression of how you could possibly build it out.
Nice.
So like if you did this, and I honestly
You're gonna
tried
have to
to
zoom
think
in
of
a
like what
little bit because with the
I tried to think.
scale down,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
hard to see.
Let me zoom in. Why is
Mhm.
it not letting me zoom in? There you go. So
Oh.
I honestly tried to
Perfect.
think like how I would play it, right? Like I was going like if I was gonna make one of each. Um, so let's just say you did the druid ranger one, right? I mean now that silvery barbs is an
Oh
option,
yeah,
it's pretty much like your best option.
Ooh.
Um, guidance is probably, you know,
one of the best cantrips in the game.
yeah, good berry, amazing. Long strider is actually just good utility. Jump is fun. You don't get a chain,
Yeah.
I mean,
so it's like,
Longstrider, considering you're otherwise generally a martial class, like
yeah,
pretty good.
yeah, it bumps you up in your
Okay.
speeds.
Yeah, and
So
it's not
like let's
concentration and it lasts an hour.
yeah, so let's just say like
Damn.
ninth level, right? You could potentially have a ranged.
Damage
I feel
dealing
like I
spell.
do. Yeah, yeah. So a ranged damage dealing spell on a light source. Guidance, a thorn whip, a heal, two movement augments, a really good reaction, pass without a
And a
trace, and
great
a really
AoE
good
spell.
concentration spell. We'll go with that.
Nice.
You know.
Okay.
So like
Yeah.
that's where that is. I mean the
Initially leaning towards divinity,
sure.
but spoiler, there's like a 80, probably an 80% chance I'm gonna be a field bug.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
Nice.
Okay. I love
so
fireballs. Cool.
so I think that would kind of blend in with the druid-ish
Yeah. I
um
mean,
into
however
things.
you want to do it. So because you said fireball, I don't. Is it doing screen or is it doing? I don't even know what Discord is
I
sharing.
think it's a
I see your
window because I
whole
don't see a
browser
start
bar.
bar.
Oh
I don't
yeah, I
see a
don't see the
taskbar.
bar. Yeah.
That's annoying. Okay. Give me a second.
Um, but yeah, I was focusing more on flavor and RP than mechanics, so that mechanics kind of come after for the one-offs in IMO. Um,
Yeah. Does that work?
yeah, I can see.
Okay, cool. So yeah, you said fireball.
Yeah,
Fireball really didn't get much of a change.
so
I
I
think
get
it was literally just
Druidcraft was a big one.
yeah. You
Also,
get
I finally
skill up
discovered
buffs.
this like 2 days ago, and I was like, oh, I should have been reading this for a longest time.
Mm.
It's the power build. Yeah, and I'm not sure. I don't think the 2 innate spells will be too useful, depending on whether we do RP or
Well,
arena.
here's the
But
big thing. You have to remember this, right? Because we've changed all the magical stuff to be like if you have spell slots, you can then use them with spell slots. So you essentially get two free spells. Does that make sense?
yeah, okay, okay,
Right?
yeah.
So like the Al has this. When Ben gets
Hmm.
introduced, Ben has this. Like all the spell casting because they again it's power creep. It's what they did in later books. Initially, it's like you can use this once per long rest, but then they started introducing species where it's like you can do this once per long rest, or if you have the
Or
appropriate
expand the spell
spell,
slot. Yeah.
exactly. So we
Oh,
did
but they
that to
never
everything
fixed up the old stuff. Okay.
exactly. And even when they rewrit it, they didn't fix that up. It's like, what are you guys
Ugh,
doing?
yikes.
And I need to actually change that. That should be species. So let me edit that real quick.
Okay, okay. Ho,
So yeah,
ho, ho.
Furbolg is cool. We like Furbolg.
Yeah,
You can go
he's
invisible.
You
so
can't go
the
invisible.
So you're
ooh,
gonna be a
yeah.
furball?
this 80% chance. Let's go.
Oh, we're just bringing in all the season 2 references. You're like
Oh yeah.
Caduceus's cousin or something.
Yeah.
Unintentional.
I'm from
Let me know
Much
there's
Ivyholm.
like
more.
let me know there's like 2 hours 2 hours of content I can watch to catch up because I'm way behind.
No, it's fine. And then if we're gonna have a snake person, then
Go.
uh Rock the
Did
survivor of Ukatua's temple.
Yeah, could
yeah, I
be.
think he said a small snake
Right.
person.
Yeah. EF. There it is for bulk. Okay,
Yeah.
change that because I don't want it to say race because we are
Um.
getting rid of that.
Progressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Magus Chief is the primary idea. I
Cool.
most likely I'm liking the druid kind of nature path of what's the subclass word?
Pursuit. The pursuit.
Pursuit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like to say
something
that pursuit.
pursuit of balance is that one I think.
Yeah. Pursuit of balance
Yes.
is feature. Yeah.
The plan was to weigh out and kind of wait until I see what kind of other casters we have in the party,
So let's see,
but
9.
that'll
Your
be my go-to.
core features, you would get Strike Like Iron, you get Moment of Courage, you get Spotter's Order, you get Respite, you
Oh yeah.
get whatever, Tireless Leader gets you the Spotter's Order as a bonus action, you get Command Styles, you get...
He finally gets a command style, right?
And
We
you
did a
get...
lot of new.
Yeah, we did do a lot of Command Style stuff.
Yeah.
There's so many.
9... What was it, 9? I forget what's at 9.
9 is his veteran scars.
Oh, Veteran
Jeez.
Scars, right, yeah,
It's your
yeah.
best. It's probably your best feature for yourself.
True.
Features all have to be complex even
So
do.
Veteran
Advantage on
Scars, yeah,
saving
for you
throws
is good
effects
because it
that would
allows you
impose
to...
condition. What?
Yep.
Anything. Just
So
any.
I don't know if
Okay.
you've heard Davis asking, like, does
Ask
this
all the
impose a
time.
condition or does scars apply? Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
this is about.
It all makes sense now.
Yep. And you could also do
Oh,
you
Paramount.
play around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Paramount's
But
the new one and it's really good.
Spoiler: the only way I knew
then balance though.
David,
Davis was a battle marshal was because of mustard.
mustard for battle.
Yes.
Yeah,
Well, yeah,
you get all that
cause
yellow
Tempered Hand
mustard.
is not a thing that I get to do all that often, and then I
Well, you
just
could,
like
you
yeah, for the most
because you
part, I'm
can
usually
use it
where I
to move
want to
around.
be already. And
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah.
and we've been fighting like a lot of stuff where it's I can't move. I'd have to move around it. It's been
Yeah.
bigger than
But
us.
you can't. Well, oh yeah,
I
because
can
it's
move
not bigger.
around it.
That's right.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. 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 Got it.
And then I just got. Oh no. So that's it. 4, 2,
You got
6,
this.
10. Well, no, yeah. I'm talking about my Battlefront stuff. The Marshal. Just playing Marshal. I've had that for a little while. Oh, we haven't got
Oh
14
yeah.
yet. That's a
Yeah.
Dominant Command. That's the one that I'm gonna get with the 2 command styles. Yeah.
Ooh.
That one's a big one.
Yeah, Marshal I've done a couple times, but not a lot.
Yeah. So
On the note of combat styles,
Command styles.
you
Yep.
just said it. Command styles. Thank you. Um, I'm still kind of up in the air of that. That's another thing I'm kind of weighing against. Party
well, remember you
composition
can
is so
also
adjustable.
you
Oh
can
yeah, it's
also
per
swap around
short,
You change it
per
per
long
long
rest
rest
long
or
or
rest, long
respite,
respite.
rest.
which respite is your special short rest.
Respite. That's why I got it mixed up with short
Mhm.
rest. Okay.
So yeah, respites are the short
Nice.
rests that go fast, but you also give out hit dice and get cure
The
level of exhaustion, and it's
10-minute short
10
rest.
minutes
Hell
instead of an
yeah.
hour.
Woohoo. Yeah, this we get
And it
breaks in the
triggers,
arena. It's
and
gonna
it
go well.
synergizes a lot with Warlord stuff because a lot of things that would normally take a long rest will also be doable on a respite. So like swapping out
Yep.
command style. Uh, Is Mega Boss? No. I mean, there's a couple of other. I don't know about
There's
the
a
lower
few that
level
aren't
things.
because it's
Yeah. Oh, Consummate
usable.
Command does, which he won't have though.
Yeah, but he'll get
Ooh.
some.
Reading through bits and pieces. I mostly read up to level 6. I need to
Mhm.
read up to level 9 for a lot of that stuff. But I
Gotcha.
did see a lot of or a respite, and I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, it's such a potentially underwhelming feature if you're not playing with the optional rule where it gets rid of um exhaustion, right? Because we do
Mhm.
the and then if you're not really spending that many hits,
Nice.
so
Yeah. If you played
it's
this
a,
as
it's a
rules as written and stuff, like it would be like, wow, a fast short rest. Like
mhm.
nothing uses
And
hit dice or
therefore,
exhaustion in the main game really.
yeah,
Although they're starting to
and
look at that a little bit.
yes, they are. And then because it's already a built-in rest mechanic into the class, it makes sense that it could be a recharge mechanic on certain features.
Right.
So,
So it essentially makes it a lot of things or 2 times per long rest, kind
oh,
of.
nice rolls, CJ. Not bad.
I know.
Ooh.
They literally rolled in that order.
Oh,
Like,
really?
it just, yeah, it just kept getting better, and then I finally rolled ones in the last group.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
damn.
That's cool. That's cool. Yeah,
So I obviously you keep the 8 and just drop the 14.
yeah. Yeah,
Well, you
whichever,
rolled
however.
7 times, so that would.
So he would drop. That would be his. Oh, well, that's fine. That's fine.
So
So he would
just drop
just
your 13, one of the 13s if
drop
you
your
want.
13s.
I thought we were supposed to draw roll 7 times, were we not?
6.
Oh wait, no,
And then
no, it is 7. It's draw. It's sorry, it is 7.
is it?
And
Drop the
keep
lowest,
6. Right?
then
7
drop.
drop 1?
Oh, and then do the 8
It's
sub.
yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I didn't realize that.
I'm pretty sure that's how it was. That's how we did it for the Strahd one, at least.
I typed in, like, I'll just copy paste this.
Yep.
Literally got that from searching.
Exactly.
So
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
There you go.
okay. Yeah,
Yo.
you're right.
Yeah.
What an asshole
Again.
that guy is.
Want to
Asshole.
do want to do the rule, honestly, and that's like the gentleman's rule is if it's more than like 80, you should just lower your stats.
Yeah, like
You can
Yeah,
safely lower them. Yeah.
so I keep the 8 for sure and get rid of all the other numbers.
Yeah.
Nice.
Cool.
Keep it
Oh.
Nice.
I'm a
Well,
big
like you
fan of throwing
saw,
a random 8 or 6 in there. It really spices up the character.
well, in materia it's required, right? We're not doing it like I know James, like for James's family game, we're not requiring them to take a negative because they're kids and you don't want to get the kids feeling bad.
Yeah, yeah.
I told
But
him,
you suck at
"Fucking
this
go
and you'll
back to
forever
taking
suck at this.
negatives."
Yeah.
Yeah. But like I think it's you're already upping the power scale, which is in stats, so take a negative and just shut up.
Yeah, I just upped
Enjoy
the
it.
fucking challenge rating of the.
That's right.
Yeah.
There you go.
They got 10 more hit
I
points
will
and
just up the
one more
DCs
base
everything
shit
of
like
everything.
Yeah.
that.
They can take it. They're fine.
Your better stats
Yeah.
don't mean shit.
Yeah, and then Corbin, just one thing. So because you're only read to level 6, we did try to go through and kind of dummy proof the document. So like tireless leader, you saw me do it as Huxley because there were times where I couldn't hit things. So
Mhm.
it says you can use it as a bonus action, but we actually said you can also do it as both because it used to say you can now use
Action
your
or
spotters
bonus
or as a bonus action.
Yeah.
But because people could miss it, so we just made sure that you can, because you can literally do 2 spotters order on a turn if you wanted to. You can be like,
You hit that thing, and you hit that thing.
yeah, you hit a thing, you hit a thing.
Oh.
So, yeah.
I mean, obviously you can't target the same person twice because they only have one reaction, but
Yeah.
That was the first time I felt like I'd seen that. Is that so? It's not necessarily unique to your subclass.
no, it's not.
No,
Well, in
what
fact,
it was,
this
it's
didn't even
always
exist
worked
for
like
a long
that.
time. Well,
Yeah. Well, it's always worked like that, but we reworded it,
Right.
right? And then Magus Chief didn't exist until Tasha's Cauldron of Everything came out, because we got inspired to make a new subclass.
well, Spotter's Order initially was bonus action only ever.
Yes.
But
Yes, I'm used to that one.
Power level wise, we're like, okay, at 3rd level that could be too good, so we made it an action only, and then at 6th level we gave it to now it could be bonus action instead. But now it's like clarified or both.
Yes. Exactly.
Or
So-
both, not
Right.
or either. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, it's,
But
yeah,
again,
you could choose it as either, but then also do both on the same turn if you want.
And because it's using up a creature's reaction to do it,
Right.
the only way you would ever be able to target the same creature twice is if you took Strength of the Host.
What's it
because
called? Strength the what?
Strength
Strength
of the Host.
which allows you to basically be like, take my energy with your reaction. You give them your reaction essentially.
So you would be like, let's just say it's Yellow, right? Because he's a very good target. So you'd be like, Yellow, sneak attack that guy. And then you would say, I'm using my reaction so that you can use your reaction, kind of thing. That's what it does.
Right, at the expense that they get a spare. Okay.
Yeah.
Question is, would he be able to get sneak attack again? Because that's still the same turn. Because
No,
sneak
he
attack
wouldn't.
is once per
He
turn.
would not.
Oh.
Right.
He would not.
Can't get sneak attack twice in the same turn.
Right.
Yeah.
What I'm hearing is we need 2 rogues. Come on, guys, step it up.
However, I do have a lot of cool reaction abilities, so
Yeah.
reactions is not a bad idea anyway.
There you go.
But
Yeah.
is the snake is TJ's snake gonna be a rogue?
Potentially, maybe.
Be a what?
It's Alchemist or Artificer, I
Oh,
think, is
that's
what
right.
CJ was saying.
Alchemist, right.
Yeah, like the main point of it for Alchemist, but there may be some other class.
Yes. So we can put that up real quick, just so people can get familiar.
Literally reading every single class.
Yeah.
Subclass to see if anything synergizes well.
Yeah, so because we are on these docs, I don't mind sharing. So as Kyle will attest to, Artificer was a big rework as well. That's what all the stars are for. I need to go in and put stars around both sides, whatever. That just bugs me. Um, but for those of you who played Lay Material, which I know it's not many of us, the
Right.
old Artificer was pretty cool because they gave you all these concoctions that you could do,
Oh
and then
yeah,
they
yeah.
took them away,
Oh,
and
same.
they literally made it is probably the worst class slash archetype in the game as
Woohoo!
written.
That's the worst thing.
But now we're trying to make it like get its old flavor back. So essentially, if you do the Artificer, just because I don't mind kind of walking through people so they actually get an idea of who they might be playing with. On top of being an Artificer, on top of getting infusions and all that stuff, um, you create a magical bag. That's your Alchemist Satchel. And you need your Alchemist Satchel to do a lot of things that you do. Uh, with your Alchemist Satchel, you create formulas. And I guess at ninth level, you learn to three. So you would have five formulas. And based on your intelligence modifier, you could use so many of these vials that you keep in your satchel. So let's just say you have a +4. So you would have 8 uses, which you get back on a short or long rest. And you use your Artificer DC for attack rolls and DCs with them. And there's a bunch. There's Acid, which is single target damage and does extra damage to objects. They're meant to be slightly better than cantrips. Like that's the power skill. They are they're good cantrips is kind of what it is, and not all of them do damage. So you have like a little AoE burst of damage. You have a literal flashbang. Like think like any Counter Strike that you've played. It blinds, dazes, deafens them for most things are like until the end of the turn. You can hand out a healing potion, but it's a different one. It's a healing draft, and it lets you use hit die to heal. Um, Malefic Catalyst is essentially a big FU if they're doing beyond. I need to fix that. Beyond. If they do more than one attack in a turn, they take damage. Nauseous Fumes is Poisoned Condition Cloud. Smoke Stick is like a smoke bomb, like you're making like a fog cloud. Stun Grenade,
If you're Krieg
Stun
ring
Powder is
everything.
yeah. Swift Draft is movement speed kind of stuff. Tanglefoot Bag is very, very classic Artificer, and it makes it difficult terrain. And if they are huge or smaller and they're dashing, disengaging, or dodging, they can't do it. And if they cross into it, they get stuck. So it stops them from doing it. Tracking Brew is essentially a way to see invisible creatures or to just have like a tracking dart on somebody, and you can kind of figure out where they're going. And Thunderstone is a pushback. Then this is where it kind of depends on how Danny wants to run it, but you are going to be potion reliant, and you are able to create potions based on the rules. But you're also able to add potent ingredients into existing potions to make them better. So if it's a healing potion, you they heal for an amount equal to your proficiency bonus on top of it. So if it's like a 2d4 plus 2, it now becomes 2d4 plus 4, plus 6
6.
technically. Yeah. If it's a potion that lasts for an hour or more, like a potion of climbing, a potion of heroism, yada yada, they also get temporary hit points equal to twice your proficiency. And then if they take an antitoxin, it it just straight up cures them of a disease or neutralizes a poison. And actually, kind of cool that we're doing level 9 because you get your other feature, and that will be when you use your action to take a chemical formula, you can now use a cantrip as a bonus action. So, and then you also get lesser restoration added to your spell list, and it also cures additional effects. And you can do this a number of times equal to your intelligence modifier. So, kind of like you're a utility. You're very much a utility guy, like awesome utility. So
Oogly doogly.
Yep. And on top of that, and not to go into too much craziness, but yeah, like what are you?
Oh, you get
Level
your third
9?
level spell slots. Hey.
Yeah, you get your third level spell slots. You get 7 infusions. You can have up to 3 items infused, which Kyle would be a very good resource if you need help on that because he just played Brenda. So if Kyle's willing to help, he's there. I'm willing to help as well. Um, you literally get my favorite feature, Flash of Genius. Such a good reaction. Like this is like my favorite thing that these guys get. You can, yeah. Anyways, it's a reaction. It's cool. But yeah, that's it. Like, um, yeah. So that'd be your guy.
Okie dokie.
Yeah. Cool. So I guess I should make a running list so people know what we're possibly playing as well, right? One
I mean,
shot.
I'm doing that, but you can't do.
Yeah. Well, just in here, right? Discord.
Both.
Oh yeah, you need to do it because you're gonna compile the docs, right?
Yeah. So I have a Coilinar. Coil. I don't even know how I'm spelling them yet, but
Yanti.
Coilinar. Yeah, I'm just gonna put Yanti for now. You're right. Yeah, I need to figure out Yanti, Alchemist, Artificer
Artificer
Alchemist.
Alchemist. Yep. Fearbold Warlord Mischief.
Ooh.
Uh,
Not
Are
relevant
you?
to the
Oh, cool.
upcoming campaign, but after the Warlord, I was considering a artillerist. I'm kind of
That's what
considering
Brenda
an
was.
alchemist now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So I'm kind of back and forth between those two for the character after the Warlord.
I mean, we.
If Crow didn't make an immediate comeback, because I'm a big fan of Crow.
I mean, we tried to make. A, it was a
There's
lot of
so
back
many
and
options.
forth with Kyle, and actually, even before I did Artificer, I got a big info dump from James, like more than a year ago, on his critiques on Artificers, and I used that as well as inspiration. And all 4 of them had not game. Again, I'm not trying to make things overpowered. I'm just trying to bring them up to what we see
Kind of
as
the
being,
components to make that character, that class fun. It's
yeah.
just like,
And you want to
yeah,
make it like on par of what they're being released. Like
Yeah.
it's the classic issue with any tabletop game. Yeah, you see it in Warhammer. You see it in anything. It's like the new codex, the new tome, the new manual. They're always so much better than the other stuff.
oh yeah, oh yeah.
So, and they never. It's like they live in a weird design bubble, and they never go back and um,
Hmm.
fix
Reprint.
or bring things back up. Yeah, it's like sure, it's gonna cost you money to reprint, but fuck you, reprint.
Oh yeah.
So you're a half orc, right, Adam?
Orc, straight orc,
Just straight orc. Okay, that's not how
straight
Jester
orc.
work though, because Ford and
That's all
Jester.
of you. You know,
That is how Ford. I got the orc side from Ford, and then the Jester side just killed everything else. Crawl the sugar. That's why I have full orc. And hey, I have acid damage as my right because Daddy can drink acid and it doesn't, or Grandpa can drink acid and it doesn't hurt him. So acid damage. I thought of things. Orc.
calculated.
Yeah. Uh, I should say alchemist, artificer, magus chief, warlord, and then mine's just a big old info dump.
Orc. Menagerie of things.
Yeah. So Kyle and or James and or Donnie,
Yeah.
What you got?
how can we help? Yeah, what do you guys got?
Who else got characters?
Well, mine's pretty much done. So you got Ben, right?
Are you doing Ben? Okay, sweet.
I'm
Okay,
doing
Woo!
Ben. Gets
nice,
0 War cleric.
nice.
Give me 1 second.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what clerics get at 9,
I am
if anything.
I am
Nothing.
balancing.
I get all
Get some
kinds of
spell
crazy
slots.
shit.
Yeah.
Woo!
He actually in
Yeah.
materia he gets rapture. So when he uses a cleric spell, he
The
can
fuck?
send hit die if he's below half health.
Hell of a name.
Yeah, rapture, man. It's like you're super happy, like joyous, rapturous, right? It's like
Oh,
That's one
Gotcha.
meaning of it.
I know. Yeah,
I mean, I guess. Yeah.
yeah. But I know. I am always willing to
I
get better
love it.
names. Yeah, Profane Soul, Blood Hunter. I will actually do the split on this. And Arch. a warlock. And then Ben is just straight 9 war domain, right?
Correct.
Gith, Zerai.
So a couple of things about uh,
Am I
Ben.
reading
Gith
this right?
Zer-
Ben's a fucking acronym for your full name.
Yes, my,
Yes.
my my full name is Bara Anazata Ha Kara Dara Ana
That's not
Na
what it says,
Ukaha.
but sure.
Holy shit!
I fucking love
That's
it.
not
So
what it says in
basically,
D&D
you
Beyond.
no
That's
no
how you.
you pronounce every letter
Yeah.
in the
Oh
word.
boy.
So
That was
Okay.
like four.
Bara Anazata Ha Ara Dara Ana Na Ukaha.
That's like
Yeah. So
16 syllables. Holy shit!
what was funny was he told me the name without the context first, and I was just like, "What are
Yeah.
you doing to me?" Okay.
Why you do this?
All right.
That's
Let me
so
fix that.
good.
So
Yeah.
some of the other things because me and Adam have been working on him for a little bit now.
Yeah. Because he's
Uh,
gonna be in the Crafts Menagerie story.
so there, I
Yeah.
got my pog already there for you.
Shit. Nice.
Woo!
Um, so
There it is.
he
Good story.
most likely will be going into the crash menagerie. Um, some of the things that I came up with him is well, we had to change the gift backstory to go along with materia. So it's from the cosmic, right, Adam?
Yeah, we're still hashing it out, but
Yeah.
pretty much what you said is
So
pretty cool.
It's
instead
the
of
fucking
instead
astral
of
plane.
mind flayers, it was other outworld creatures. We haven't really 100% set up exactly what it is, but it's gonna be like probably demons or some shit like that. Don't
Mind
know yet.
slayers and some other one letter
Yeah,
bullshit.
Yeah.
basically more like just eldritch star creatures, right?
Yep.
Those bastards. Yeah, yeah.
So, but that was like millennia ago. His background was his mother was a paladin, his father was a scholar, came from very prestigious family. Uh, I actually came up with a thing called Battleborn, which means he was born during battle. His mother was able to focus the power that and the energy of childbirth to enhance her ability. So he was born in battle, which is a great privilege amongst his people, but also kind of destined him to be a warrior acolyte of the goddess that they worship, which out of game is Everlight, but he refers to her as the beacon or the beacon on the horizon, that she guides the way that he needs to go. Um,
That is metal as fuck. Holy shit.
Yeah,
yeah.
and it's
So
funny because I have to talk to him about like RP stuff, but we'll get there later. Yeah.
yeah. So he is not very good with common. He doesn't use articles very well. So he'll be like, so the house is over there. He'll go house there.
Yeah.
He doesn't use pronouns like he, him, they, their. He'll always refer to the person by their name, and he always refers to himself as me.
So what do
It's
strangers
never like
get?
I did, huh?
What do strangers get? Since you don't know
Yeah.
their name.
Uh,
Stranger.
I don't know. I haven't come across it yet.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm,
It's a good question.
Man.
Maybe it's that.
Person.
Maybe it's that one. That one.
Himmler. Ooh, I
That
like that.
one.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's basically, you know, and me and Cielo are going to be kind of like we came together beforehand.
Yeah.
So
But
I met Cielo right after the whole fraud thing.
Hold
And,
up. How tall are you?
I'm like 6'2", like 215, dude. I'm actually, I'm not super
Mm,
bulk, but I'm out of game. My strength is like a 15 or 16. I can't remember.
woo! Might
Yeah.
be
And
after.
I
Wait a
am the
second.
exact opposite of what Adam is playing. I am really wise, not very intelligent, and I
yeah,
based all of my intelligence skills off of my wisdom.
yeah. So we flipped.
Nice.
Oh.
Yep.
Funny
The
enough. Yeah.
versatile. Yeah,
So,
that's fine.
Yep.
yeah.
I like.
And he is very much in your face, sword and board, well, actually Warhammer and board, and
So
with
one
the
handing the
abilities that
Warhammer.
he, yeah, one hand in the Warhammer.
Big
So
fan of Warhammer.
with war priests and divine empowerment and the other abilities I have, there's a lot of I cast a spell, I get to attack you, blah 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 type thing.
Yeah, the gore
So
cosmos thing
Martial
or
weaving.
whatever.
Yeah. Martial
yeah,
weaving.
so
Yeah.
basically and I took close range spell caster or whatever it is, I can't remember. So he'll go in with guiding bolt and then immediately attack you afterwards with it.
Yikes.
he took the ranged weapon specialist, took the
Yep.
single bullet, so that he
Yep.
being within 5 feet of someone doesn't impose disadvantage on the attack roll with ranged attacks. And since spells are ranged attacks, he can guiding bolt you in the face
Yes. So basically, God bolt you in the face, slap you with that, divine empower it, which you get to add another D8 if I'm not mistaken.
with your weapon
Uh,
attacks. Yes, yes,
yeah,
yes,
one of
yes.
my weapon attack. So yeah, so
Damn.
Yeah.
you're looking at a guiding bolt 4d6 minimum if I hit, and then I get the weapon swing on you, and get an additional D8 on top of that, and then there's some other little tricks, and I won't give
Because
it
you
away.
casted a spell, you can
Yeah,
bonus action. Yeah.
yeah.
So it's very much the I mean, we had, and this is why I love
Damn.
having Grant, because this has been here since Grant.
Mhm.
We got to see it for a little while, but then James and I had the discussion, and James was like, "Well, I don't know if I want to do this because you already had it." I'm like, "Yeah, but we haven't seen it at higher levels, and I'm
Nah,
actually
yeah.
really curious to
He
see how
capped
it
out at
plays."
what, 5th level or 6th level? I guess I can look it up back out the
But
Eight, seventh or
this
eighth, right? Because he was,
I'll
I
look it
think he
up.
was seventh.
really
Yeah, I think he was here for a little bit longer. But
did it
like
make it to
now we're really gonna get to see like this martial weaving, holy. I know not a lot of people are Warhammer and Warhammer Fantasy, but legit, that's what Warhammer Fantasy priests do. They just like
Mhm.
smack you with a ball and slap you with a spell at the same time. It's like dope, you know. So
If anybody's curious
yeah, I am
and wants
curious
the quiz
actually.
answer, it's up on the screen.
What level did you get to? Grant. Where's Grant? I don't see Grant. I'm blind. Oh, he's the first
Literally
one.
highlighted.
Oh,
Oh,
sorry. Yeah, I was doing it in alphabetical order, so that's why I was confused.
oh
Nah.
yeah, Grant's first alphabetically.
Yeah.
This is order of joining.
Yes, that is true. Yeah, it is.
And
He was
then
the first one.
Yeah.
I guess 5. That was
the
way off.
thing is, oh sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good.
Go on.
No, for some reason my audio's cutting out. I can't hear you guys talking. Um, what was the other thing? Yeah, I have a little bit of healing, not a lot. I'm more focused on in your face and smacking the shit out of you type guy.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
But
actually
he's
one of my
still, so
questions.
keep in
Go on.
mind, still fifth level spell slots. He's still a cleric. Like at the end
Yeah,
of the day, he's still a cleric.
yeah.
Yeah, like I took healing word over cure wounds because my thing I'm gonna be up front, and if
Yeah,
you
I
need to
can't get
heal,
to you.
I'm not getting to you because I'm not leaving this guy. So here, take this.
No time for
And then
touch. Yeah.
when I throw that spell at you, I can still smack the guy because I cast a leveled spell.
Yeah.
What's funny is
So
you're kind of
Right.
you're. I mean, and it's kind of like just a more divine and magical focused warlord, kind of.
Yeah, pretty
well,
much.
I'm a
it's
fan.
also kind of like a less. It's a paladin without auras as well,
Yeah,
right?
true.
Or you sacrifice the auras for spellcasting. Like it's
Yep.
Yeah, this guy's spellcasting kind of smites, right? Because it's consistent as opposed to
yeah,
burning slots. Yeah,
yeah,
very limited slots with that.
yeah.
Where I burn
So
my slots is I burn my slots so I get the attack.
Right.
yes,
So I
exactly.
burn
Okay,
the
so it is
slot
still burning.
to
Okay.
get the attack, and then when I
Yeah.
get the attack, I get extra with divine. Was it divine empowerment? I get an additional D8. So
Mhm.
there's a
Yeah.
lot of synergies going on.
Damn. I
Yeah.
So
suppose
yeah, it should be interesting.
on
Mhm.
average,
Oh,
I'm guessing a cleric has double the available spell slots of a paladin.
Yeah,
yes.
because they're
It's
full casters.
full caster versus half caster.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Okay, so it's exact.
basically,
Okay.
his gimmick is he'll go in, cast spirit on himself. You get near me, you're gonna get fucked up by them, but I'm gonna keep smacking you. And then after that, I'm gonna start hitting you with guiding bolts.
Yeah. And yeah, so that's that. I mean, we saw it with Grant, and now we get to see it. Well, at this point, it'll be one level because he's going to join at level 9. But then when we get to materia, we'll get to see it
Ooh.
5 levels later.
Damn.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
So
you
we'll
get
get to
your
see.
5th level slot at 9 for full casters.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Remember, you get your slot half
Yeah.
minus.
So 1 3 5 7 9. Yeah.
Yeah, half minus 1. So but
I
yeah,
only got
no,
one of them though, but I got one fifth level.
yeah.
What do you
So
have? What's your 5th level spell that you're gonna use?
Well, I got lots of
Well,
I
that's true.
took
Yeah,
is
you're a prepared
upcast bolt.
caster, so you can do what the fuck
yeah.
you want.
So he will always have circle of power. He will always have wave of destruction.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
He's
destructive wave. Yeah.
This is
yeah,
so
destructive
good.
wave. I mean, yeah. So
fucking destructive wave's brutal, dude.
I've
Yeah.
spent like 30 minutes like, what spell does Al want? Fuck, I really want that, but I don't know what. I picked something else instead. Now I feel bad about it.
Which
Um,
I gotta write that in on what, 'cause I'm gonna have to pay with a paper sheet because there's so many changes. Because like I don't
yes,
even have the spells there, so
yes, and
Gotcha.
that's why I really want to. I'm as much time as I have, right? I'm gonna try to get the branched out spell docs as well, right? So at least I can get up to like 5th level. Danny's done a really good job with 5e tools. If he wants to, he can put up a quick guide maybe on how to put the URLs in the home brewery. Some of it is a little bit out of date because Danny and I have been doing tweaks in time, but it's a lot better and you can see it's a lot easier to find the
A
materia
lot of it's
spells.
out of date at this point.
Yeah.
I haven't done it since last summer.
Okay, then yeah.
Yeah.
And we've been patching and reiterating since. But what I want to do, just so you guys don't have to look through giant blocks, I'm trying my best and just give me time. But I'm making materia first level spells so you can easily find
I will
what
say
are
the
the ones that are
spells, I'm
changed.
pretty sure in 5e tools are fine, but because I
Yeah.
don't think you've really tweaked those much.
I've added a few. Like,
Oh, okay.
I've gone through the other books now, not just the player's handbook, right?
Oh, okay.
And then like we
Oh, like
create a
rewind. Yeah.
rewind. Yeah, stuff like that. So,
But to answer your question, Danny, the ones I have prepared for 5th level are Commune,
standard,
Greater Restoration,
standard.
Legend Lore, and Materia, and then Mass Cure Wounds Materia, other than my
Ooh,
domain
yeah.
spells.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's that.
So everything I took was either to go along with my goddess or to help is going to be from range. You're going to you don't get near me because I'm fucking shit up around me.
Oh yeah.
Only get near me if you're
Yeah.
gonna hit with me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty
Well,
much.
yeah. And the big thing is right because he can perform somatic components with his hands full.
Yep.
Sheesh.
So I
Yeah.
can cast spells with my hammer. Just let's
As
go.
long
Oh,
as it
done.
doesn't
That's how you do it.
require, yeah, as long as it doesn't require a material. Yeah, there's that. Kyle's very good at that rule. He knows the ins and outs of when you need a hand and when you don't need a hand.
Nice.
Uh, but real quick, because Al, you made me think of something for your Bardy Bard view.
I know
Don't look it up.
Donnie
I
Yeah,
can,
knows.
I'm
I
going
can
to have
cast,
to
I can
look at
cast
that
it.
then. I'll have to look to see which ones were
I say
what
Donnie
spells I
knows
have
when
that
to
require
shoot
spells.
when you have full hands, right? Right, Crow.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're like, I had these
So
gloves, but oh fuck, my hands are full.
Oh shit, dude.
Oh
so if
yeah.
that's the case, I may have to dual wield the warhammer and then or two-hand the warhammer. And that way I can pull a hand off cast it and then put the hand back on and attack.
Yeah. So the
The
it is highlighted as in the rules is like if you're holding a two-handed weapon, there's no rule that says you can't just let go of your hand and
Yeah.
then cast it and put it back on. Like that's how
Yeah.
paladins get to do their stuff
Right.
and stuff like that.
Yep. So that may be if I do that, I go from a 20 AC to an 18 AC, which still isn't bad.
That is not bad.
No.
Yeah.
And that's with mundane items. I haven't added any
You got a
magical
fighting
plus
style,
ones or
right?
anything.
No, he's a
Oh,
No,
cleric, no fighting
clerics
style.
don't
it's
get it?
cleric.
Okay.
No.
No.
There was a feat related to components. Was that just related to the focus in like material components?
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Is that the Warcaster
Yeah,
one?
Same thing.
The
Okay.
yeah,
Warcaster, it's a semantic.
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay. Okay. Semantic. Okay. Thanks.
yeah,
Yeah, so I still need the actual components for things.
yeah. So he still has to have the components on his person. And because Kyle, are you there, Kyle? You're so much better at the rules than me. What's the rule? Like, you need the component on you if it's consumed, or you need to have it in your hand if it's consumed. How does that work
Just
again?
period,
I
I
don't,
thought.
I think you just have to have it because it gets a little mushy
yeah,
because it'll say material and then list
Like a pinch of sand.
yeah.
Well, I
So
think
it's
it's just on you because I'm looking at like Spirit Guardians, and the component is my holy symbol. I hope it wouldn't consume my holy symbol because then
No,
I'd
no, no,
never
no.
be
you
It'll
able
know
only
to cast
it'll
it
only
again.
say
it'll
if it's consumed.
they'll say if
Oh,
it
okay, got
consumes
it.
because
Okay.
there's even some spells that use like they'll require you to have a gem of like a I think it's like Chaos Bolt or Chromatic Orb.
Chromatic orb.
You need a 50
25.
Yeah,
GP diamond or
Yeah.
25 GP diamond, but it doesn't eat it. You just have to have it
Right.
as part of the thing. So
Oh,
it'll say if it eats it or not. It just kind of
Yeah, I
yeah.
see. Like on Revivify, it says
yeah, 300.
300 GP.
Yeah, which
So
the spell
that's the
consumes.
yeah. So that's the character. Now the I don't want I know we don't want to say race. So what are we saying now?
Species.
Species. I don't want to be racist. I'll be speciest. So
There you
it
go.
is some things I get are I took both Gith Enlightenment species traits, which the first one gives me that mage hand cantrip, but it's an invisible version of it. I
So like
also
the
get
Mage Hand Legerdemain from. Is that
pretty
right?
much, yeah.
Yeah.
I also get the ability to cast the shield spell and detect thoughts.
That is just base Githzerai. That's
Yeah,
base
I know. I'm
Okay,
just going over everything.
okay, got it.
And then
Uh,
then I get into the actual first one, which allows me to see invisibility and use haste as well. I can cast those spells.
Is that a feat?
ooh.
I assume.
No,
Yes.
yeah, it's part of the feat to get zero feet.
It's also a 2 point feat, so he has to do spread it across 2 different parent feats. So he can't
Yep.
he he has to get it like a level 1 feat as a bullet, and then the level 4 feat as a bullet.
Oh yeah, parent feat one is sharp intellect. Parent feat two is tough as nails.
For the HP.
I get, yep.
Yeah, okay.
Well, that and I took resilience in one of the I think it was con resilient con. Let me look real quick.
Quickly.
Yeah, I took tough as nails, tough one, and resilient con, and then on the other one,
72.
and then I took.
There you go.
I gotta change that. That's wrong. It's not sharp intellect. It's actually the battlecaster.
Hmm.
There's been so many adaptations and changes, motherfucker. Uh, so I got battlecaster and hardy concentration,
Right.
and then my other feat is half feat strength, and then range combat point blank.
Yep.
Now you're gonna see level 12 on there. That's because whenever he gets to materia,
Right. 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 That's fine.
just ignore those.
Easy peasy.
Yeah. So basically, he is what a war cleric in my mind should be. In your fucking face. I'm gonna keep swinging until either you go down or I go down.
Yeah. And
Ever light
um
compels you. The ever
Pretty
light
much. Well,
compels you.
it's the beacon. It's the beacon.
Oh, sorry. The beacon compels
Yeah.
you.
Beacon compels you.
yeah. So cool. I'm glad we get to get a little pre-run of. Well, it's kind of neat. We got a pre-run of Celio in the Strahd game. Now we get a Celio, and now we get a pre-run of Ben.
Second try,
Yes.
still wrong.
And then yeah, and then Cielo and I, like I said, we're gonna be friends. We're gonna be like yin and yang because I'm lawful neutral and
Yeah.
he's chaotic whatever.
Yeah.
Uh, so I'm gonna
Chaotic
be like
whatever is my favorite alignment.
Chaotic whatever is actually very accurate, I think.
so every
Yeah.
time he steals something, I'm gonna chastise him and like you shouldn't be doing that. That's wrong. I'm not. I know it's. I expect it of him, but as long as it's not violent, I won't have an issue with it. But we've already been discussing back and forth, like I'm helping him learn the ways of like law, and he's helping me learn the ways of the world because I'm freshly here and I don't understand any
If
of you
things don't
motherfuckers.
follow the rules, you're like, excuse me, this makes no sense.
Pretty much, this is not logical.
How?
Why are we doing this?
How did they do
Do
this?
not
That's not the
understand.
rules. Like,
Yeah.
So basically, if you think this guy is I'm kind of going to portray him like Spock,
interesting. Okay.
sort
Ah.
of,
Okay.
but where he's very logical, because I'm lawful neutral, so law is everything, right?
Mhm.
So that's how I'm going to roll with this guy.
Nice.
Oh, I think you have to present a. You have to use the
What?
item if it has a consumption. That's when you
Yeah.
have to present it. Yeah.
Yes. That sounds right.
That's weird. But I
But
mean,
then if you have a
honestly, in materia, like the way I just like to play it is it on your person? Cool. It just gets devoured in your
I
pocket.
mean,
I don't care.
I think technically it's you're always supposed to present the material components. Period. Like you
Yeah.
don't they don't get wasted. Like
Huh.
you can literally just like have them and then they fall to the ground and whatever. It doesn't matter. But I mean like and you know like your component pouch can store a billion things and you can instantly get whatever you want out of it. And it's like you
Well,
know
that's also why someone literally made a good argument. Like component pouch might be one of the most boasted items in
yeah
the game because you just never run out of what you need.
yeah. I mean
So
yeah the material component stuff in D&D is a bit wonky.
yeah,
Yeah, it always threw me off. Yeah,
Except for the consumption stuff, like
the
sure.
consumption makes sense. Yeah,
Yeah.
like that's fine.
it's
It's the
always something
like,
over worth. It
oh,
was
you
a
have to have a
GP or
human's
more.
blood that's freshly dead within the last 24 hours. You're like, really?
Okay.
And it's
If,
not
if
cons-
some,
Like,
it's
come
not
here,
even
human.
consuming
Hey,
it.
Jimothy, come over here. I need some smoke components.
someone wanted to summon a greater demon recently,
Right? Yeah. And it has to have recently died, right? I think isn't that what it is?
yeah,
Yeah,
they
because
have.
remember that happened to Yarsi whenever we were in the
Oh
Eh,
yes,
temple.
yeah.
I didn't have the blood. I'm like, son of a bitch.
Yeah, vial of blood from a humanoid killed within the past 24 hours. It's just like,
so much.
and it specifically says like killed too. So it's like if they just died, too bad.
Oh,
Fucking
Oh, I could kill them, then revivify them.
sure. Then
with
Yeah,
you're
but
your
spending
it,
kind of
300 gold
cleric,
for that,
yeah.
but sure.
yeah.
I'll
Gotta
make
get
them
that
pay
blood.
for it. I'm like, you want to come back? 300 gold.
But you're the
It's
one
a
to kill me.
rush.
No.
You promise you're gonna bring me
So
back though? Like, yeah, probably.
exactly,
I'll
exactly.
get around to it.
About 23 and a half
yes,
hours
it is.
from now.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Oh shit, daylight savings time. I'm
Fuck.
screwed.
oh no.
Okay, so that's Ben in a nutshell. Looking forward to playing them.
Bara
Yeah.
You,
Duha.
you make me want to make a cleric. That was an astounding. That was good shit.
The power of the beacon compels you.
Well,
The
like
power
A
of
lot,
the
a
I,
lot
beacon
of
I'm not
deep
gonna
down.
compels you.
I'm not gonna do this to you guys, but like legit, pull up a standard war domain and put up this war domain and realize how shitty standard war domain is. It's really sad. It's like I don't know how stuff like this got published. Sometimes it's like how do you guys get paid to make a living?
Well, no, the
That's,
best part is like War Domain when it was released still sucked, but it wasn't like so bad. And then Twilight Domain comes out, and you're just like, excuse me.
Exactly. Like
Why would I? Yeah.
one is F tier, one is S tier. How the hell is this
yeah,
happening?
it's
no, I will be legitimately honest. I purposely did not want to nerf things in Materia. There
but you
are
want
about
to nerf
there
Twilight Domain.
there there are about a dozen things that I
Wow.
had to. There
Yeah.
are about a dozen
Well,
things. Twilight is one of those.
and Adam can vouch for this. I almost made Ben a Twilight cleric.
Yeah.
Just because of how fucking Hondo they are.
Yeah.
And he said, well, look at War Domain. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, they're a lot better than what the normal one is. So yeah, I'll go
I
with War
play a
Domain.
Twilight Domain cleric on
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Sundays. I mean,
so
they're only two levels in so far, but
yeah, but like the
or
main
three
Doesn't
thing,
levels
matter.
in.
They're still Hondo.
they're still good.
So
Like
good.
literally, and all that it needed to do, like just put concentration on your channel divinity that lasts a minute. You're the only one that gets one that lasts a minute. So just put concentration on it. Like I remove the concentration when you get to level 17, so you can do whatever the fuck you want. But it's just like concentration. That's it, and then just make it so that they're granted dark vision isn't just
Nope, it's 300 feet. Don't you do that? Don't you take that away from me?
I put it right here.
300 is the
Yeah, it's
default?
300.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
crazy.
but D'Amica gets 330 because they're also a
Yeah.
Gloomstalker.
Yeah.
Oh, it's additive. What
Yeah.
the?
The Gloomstalker one is specifically additive.
Yep.
It's
That's
60
dumb.
feet
D'Amica
or
gets
if you
330 feet of dark vision.
yeah. So yeah.
Wow.
I
Like,
will say,
but-
but what really sucks is that we don't use a virtual tabletop. That really makes that like convenient. So it's all up to the DM to remember that I have 330 feet of dark vision,
Yeah.
and for them to understand what it means.
Woo.
And they don't do a great job of that. So
So, all right. So we got Ben, we got Furbolg, we got Orc, we got Yonti.
Yeah,
I guess I
Fobog
can
the
put-
Fobog.
I guess I can put-
are we getting more Cielo, or are we doing something else in this one?
I was going to go. I'm still thinking I might go Cielo again
That's fine.
for the reprise.
But
But
practice, right?
yeah, but I feel like this is a great opportunity to just try, because I'm gonna bring it to Materia, so I'm gonna have so much time to try them out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fair.
But would Ben be upset if I tried something else before we get to
not.
that point?
Whatever you bring, Ben's gonna kill. Unless it's Cielo. No, that's fine, dude.
Dude,
We can say that I use these people as a jumping board to find Cielo.
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Also, possibly just not even tied into the main story, right?
Yeah, it doesn't have to be canon either, but
Alternate universe.
I was I literally like this whole process I've been kind of brainstorming, so literally like haven't had a solid concept, but I'm really thinking about trying Circle of Stars Druid.
Okay, so I have to
Okay.
focus on building out Druid then. Okay, got it. Happy,
Um
happy to do
Yeah,
that. That's
one
fine.
week.
I need to.
it
Well,
it's gonna be a curveball of a race.
no, I love that.
Uh
Go for
oh.
it. Great
Species.
I
Species.
want
species.
species, sorry.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. What's it?
Here's uh here's my idea.
Is it an image? What are you gonna show?
It is kind of like this.
He's a slug man.
A almost faceless, featureless, like feminine treant.
Okay, well, let's see. We don't have a plant race. What would work here for you? Actually, we do have a sort of plant race. Where is this?
Make
Where's
him
the
modify the
Django?
mushroom folk.
Well, no, I literally have
Mushroom,
an old
mushroom.
carryover. They're called like Django's.
What's the
Django.
first letter?
Oh yeah,
DJ.
the troll
Yeah, Django.
inspired one. Yeah.
Yeah. You literally have plant vegetation living in you. Symbiosis. Basically.
Regeneration. Damn.
Yeah, the
Symbiosis.
regenerator. That's pretty nasty.
Yeah. There you go. If you want to be if you want to be a Django Star Druid, you can. If that's gonna fit your theme.
What is it? It's Shango.
Yeah, it's custom to this world. It's literally one of the only
Oh,
homebrew races I have.
oh.
You just can't
So,
name him Unchained.
yeah,
That's illegal.
and so
So I was thinking something kind of like that. Oh, I uploaded it to the wrong channel. I
no,
put
you're
it in.
fine.
General,
We
it's
see
fine.
your
We
It's
see
image.
it.
fine, General.
Your image. Yeah,
We see
you
it.
can
It's
I'm gonna
legitimate.
reskin it
put
as that.
I'm gonna put something else that I found that I'm kind of like I
Yeah.
kind of like shotgunned a bunch of images that gave me like this idea. And I really want to try Druid just for like the one shot because I never tried a Druid
Yeah,
before.
sure.
And I tried the Rogue, but I'm gonna play Rogue.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play CLO for sure in
Do
Materia.
you want to know
But
the
like
tragic story of the druid in D&D?
I kind of know the tragic story of Druid, but yeah, give it to me.
So in 3.5, druid was the only other class that could possibly rival a wizard, and in fact they were better. Um,
Here's
in many
another
ways.
idea in one shots.
Yeah,
Kind
at
of
least
how I'm
three
going with
casters.
her.
So Elvin, Sylvan, what are you thinking?
Species.
What is that?
Sylvan for sure.
Sylvan, okay. But anyways, so the reason why they were so ridiculous is because they could full shift while full casting, and they had a lot less shifting limitations, so they were really insane. But now, so in 3.5, they were one of the most powerful, most common things that you saw at the table. In 5th edition, they were the least played single class in the game, at least out of polls and stuff like that,
Yeah.
because they're the most
I'm just
intimidating
thinking
because the
I'm
watch
just
shifting.
thinking like absolutely like the entire like form is made of wood, but like
Could be a Marion then.
feminine appearance, however, no facial features whatsoever. No
I
eyes, no face.
I was
And
joking when I said
literally made of
Warforged.
wood and leaves, but yeah.
So I was joking when I said Warforged, but you're describing a Marion because a Marion is made out of things like what. Then you could be here. It's the Warforged, but they're materialized.
Yeah.
It's what
And here's
Scoop.
something else I was playing off of too. This is not as blue
Oh,
as I wanted to go, but that's
got it.
also something else. It's
Yeah.
gonna be really weird in like social situations, but
I
like
mean,
walking into a town, you're gonna be like, "What the fuck?"
That's how we do it.
that's why we do it. So
Yes,
Oh
it's
yeah,
our true friend. What are you gonna do about it?
like the Gith is going to get the same looks. Come on.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So Donnie, to help. And everyone, please feedback as you see. But I think, as you're saying, like you want to be not human, right? You want to be made of wood
Yeah.
or made of. So in Materia, we don't have Warforged. We kind of broadened it out. So they're the Marians, and based off of Marionette, you ran into
Oh yeah.
Scoot, so you know
Scoot.
them. So Scoot happened to be made of mostly metal alloys, but you can be made of wood and rope and other things put together. So there's essentially it is a Warforged, but the difference is we actually did change it to construct. And then based on if you are an envoy, a juggernaut, or a sojourner, you have slight tweaks, but you have construct nature, so advantage on against poisons and resistance to poison damage. You don't need to eat, drink, or breathe. Immune to
Or sleep.
disease. You don't need to sleep. +1 AC at all times. Your armor is a part of your body. Um, and then because you are a construct. I had to find what they did with the auto gnomes. So you are considered a living construct. So you
Yeah.
magical healing spells, like because a lot of
Yeah.
folks say that it doesn't work, but
Don't
in
work
this
with
case it
constructs
does.
or undead. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think I would go for like the construct avenue instead of Django.
yeah. So cool.
It fits
So
what I'm looking for more. Cause
okay,
I'm going for more of a construct type. It just has like realistic body proportions to a humanoid, but it's
that's fair.
definitely a construct.
Okay, so yeah, I would recommend looking over the Marian
It,
species.
it's gonna be a spirit that is like in a tree.
That's perfect. So yeah, look it up, and then it would be there's three types, and they're all next to each other because they're Marian Envoy, which is more skills and proficiencies. Juggernaut, which has like a built-in weapon and powerful build, and then Sojourner, which is movement speed and extra movement stuff. Cool.
Cool. But that's kind of where I want to go with it. But I'm gonna need help to like build it, not tonight.
Oh
Like,
no, I know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, it's
And
but I'm
yeah,
kind of gonna go basic with like stat build and stuff. I'm not gonna I'm literally just gonna go Circle of Stars because I want to just try Circle of Stars Druid. I really just do.
no, I know.
Like
Circle
just a
Stars,
straight up Circle of Stars Druid. I want to try it. I just
man,
want to try it.
Circle Stars is good, and you can see
But
very
I wanted to
strong.
put the flavor of this like treant idea that I just like had before I go back to CLO
All
for
right, so we're gonna
sure.
do Marion. Uh, question, because I don't know which type you're gonna do.
yeah.
Yeah.
Druid Circle of
Uh,
Stars.
yeah.
Because I did a lot of reading the past couple days, and I kept hearing that Druid is the least taken class in 5e,
and and it's not
and
because
by
it's bad.
far, and it's
Yeah,
not because it's bad, and that's why I started reading more. I was like, that's so strange. People are like just confused about Druid or just don't take it
It's
because like
crunchy.
some usually in like it's crunchy and it's usually in a support role and stuff like that. But I'm like, man, the more I read, the more I'm fascinated. I just want to try it. Maybe I love it.
so
I don't know. So
so
now I'm like, I really want to try it. So now I'm
the
here.
the main 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 reason if you talk to people is
Oh
because they
yeah, the
don't
wild
want to
shapes are yeah, they're changing a
they
lot of that in one D and D.
they yeah, it's because they don't want to have to learn an entire
Bestiary.
manual of beasts,
Yeah,
right?
and Circle of Stars doesn't truly focus on wild shape. Is that correct?
You have an alternate use. Yeah, Kyle was gonna possibly instead of be Brenda be a circle star, so he can also help you.
Got you. Because I really don't want
Too
to
late.
focus on
Tiny
wild
called it.
shape. And I mean, hey, you could still take it. I could still go Cielo, and I'll still have fun. I don't care.
No, no, no. That was for the
Brenda.
Strahd one.
Yeah.
So
Got
instead of
you.
Okay.
Brenda, it would have been. Well, it could have still been Brenda as that, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Like a
But
hexling, yeah, or hexblade.
Yeah.
for me, it's interesting that people brought in, or that I saw the post that they made where they're like, we here's our attempt to change Druid to make it more accessible. And for
Yeah.
me, it was always the spell list.
Really.
The spell list
Yeah.
isn't that good. Yeah, here.
Like if I want to heal, I'd go cleric. If I wanted to control or do damage,
yeah,
I'd
you
go
go wizard.
wizard or sorcerer. They always seem like it I
Weird
felt
in
like the
between.
druids At least
It's a
in
halfway in between everything.
yeah,
kind of.
I felt like the druid, especially in 5e, just because I don't remember as many of the third
Previous
edition
editions,
spells,
yeah.
that druid really suffers from, hey, you get the worst versions of other classes spells, and you
Yeah.
get some really interesting spells, but they're very niche.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, like
You do get some arguably incredible spells, but like he said,
Hmm.
niche.
Yeah.
Very niche.
I'd say you're exactly right that there's some spells that you're like, this is awesome,
Yeah.
but they're not. A lot of times they're either high level or they're not everyday spells, right? But
I'm
Yes.
they're
not.
awesome if the
I'm not
scenario
gonna use
comes up.
Goodberry, by the way. Goodberry sounds flavorful, but Goodberry is like I don't like that spell in general in the
It
game.
causes
I just
problems,
don't.
but it's fine.
It causes problems exactly.
Where am I gonna get snacks? What are you doing?
Yeah,
Well,
You can
we
just pick them off yourself.
you're
Say,
just
hey,
gonna pick off
have
an
some of this.
apple.
Oh,
uh, to be fair, we definitely balanced Goodberry and Materia. I know we did. We made it actually consume a material rather than just free.
Oh yeah, yeah,
It had to because it was just yeah.
yeah. It does.
Well, what I do like in the one D&D for clerics, they address the life domain dip.
Right.
It's it's because
Although
what
they
you
made
would
it worse in
do,
some of them. They
but
made it more problematic,
but
I should say.
still, yeah, they still have to balance it out. But
Yeah.
what the problem was is you used to do life domain one, so then you get +2 plus the spells level healing. So
Every good berry
when
heals
you
for 4.
created, yeah, heals you for 3, for 4, for 5, rather than just the one. So it was busted as fuck. Goodberry is a level 1 spell, right? So it'd be for 3. It's a third level spell. One first level spell. We did something to Goodberry. I could have sworn we did. Yeah, Goodberry has a material component. It consumes it. So now you actually have to find the components to make your good berries. Again, not too
Can
hard
you
if
not druidcraft it?
you could, but again, it at least makes you have to do something. Like
Yeah.
there's not a full workaround, but it's just like
Okay. I was just
because
curious
you
if
could
that
be in a you
skirted
could
the
be in
rule.
an environment. Well, yeah, you could be in an environment where you can't druid craft something, or like you druid craft a branch and you're in a plane of fire and it just instantly.
Yeah, it incinerates.
Yeah, like there's
When I was playing with this idea, I just started like getting all these images.
Yeah,
I
that's fine.
I was going
yeah,
through Google real hard.
no, dope. Okay, cool. I like it. I will. I might not have to focus too heavily on the wild shape because it sounds like you're just going to focus on the stars part of it.
I kind of really don't want to use it. If
Okay.
I maybe I'll use it for fun, but I'm not gonna use it really for combat. I don't plan on it. I don't really know how to use it to begin with, but I don't want to
Well,
focus on it anyways.
well,
And I
just
don't
as
want
an
to start
example,
looking at these different like fucking. I don't want to be looking at all these different combat
beasts.
pages of different
Yes,
beasts and shit.
yes.
I want to focus on
Well, at
spellcasting and
9
druid form.
you can actually fly, right? I think. Isn't
Oh
that
yeah,
key?
we can look at circle of stars. So circle of stars, you get your forms, you get your woes,
Yeah, wheel and will.
wheel and wall, and
Whoa.
we made it just a little bit better because you used to have to wheel or woe before the roll was, but now you can do it after the roll, but before the DM. You used to have to declare it before they rolled, which was silly. Like,
Hmm.
and normally it's like they roll, you see the result, and then you can interact with
Right,
it
before you
before
know
the
if it
DM tells you.
succeeds. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So we did made it so that you can wheel and woe like that, and then does he get? Ooh,
10th.
that
I found
did not
this
format
picture.
correctly.
I found this picture, but it had a
Yeah,
face that was fucking like
yeah.
completely
Vice
opposite, and I want it to be like have literally no face. So I took this picture into Paint and just erased the face.
Okay.
I like it. Well,
It's a little smudgy because I erased the face, but I was like, "Fuck it,
I
erase it,"
mean,
so I can
uh,
like mesmerize it in my head.
Kyle is really good at finding AI generated images from what I've like. I don't know.
Yeah,
He's got like a gift for it. I struggle.
I'm awful at it.
it really depends on what you're trying to do.
Yeah,
If you
Yeah.
can have if you have a seed image that's close to what you want, that helps a lot. Like
Yeah.
Grindat, I think I had like 35 tabs of Pinterest witch pictures before
Uh-huh.
I like amalgamated a rough assembly of not full on spooky, but just eerie
Yeah.
long finger thing.
Dude. Yeah. Cool.
It can be
So
finicky.
I love it. So just to keep it since it's a one, Kyle, do you know what you're gonna be doing, buddy?
Not for certain. I was kind of have a few things rumbling around, and I kind of wanted to see what everybody went before I pick. So
I can still change my mind. Don't worry.
no, no, no.
I'm kidding.
We got kind of two and a
Having
half frontliners.
So
yeah,
yeah,
that's
yeah, we have it interesting, right? Because we have
I
full
intend,
full plate.
if this helps, I intend to go Circle of Stars Druid because we have the frontliner cleric, but I don't want him to focus like on healing. I want him to play as the frontliner right now, and I really want to have like the assist in the backline with the caster to heal, like with Druid.
And
That's
I'm changing
really
all my rules
why
so
I
you
want
know.
to do that.
Gotcha.
Well, not to mention
Uh,
Adam's character is kind of a frontliner too, right? So
yeah, so we
Corbin's
have
is
Corbin.
ish.
It depends if Corbin does ranged or if
Oh,
he
could do range.
does
That's
because
true.
he can do. Yeah, it depends on how Corbin sets it up.
Um, I'm adjustable. Like,
Yeah.
sheesh. We have multiple characters playing. I'll change depending on what he does, and it's kind of there's a few of those.
yeah, because I was kind of. It'll probably come down to either a backline full caster focusing on damage and control,
Yeah.
or if I went frontline, would likely be like either a barbarian or I've kind of got the concept, but I don't know if I want to be like
Ooh.
uh, noble warrior king esque type attitude, or just like um, bland, not bland. Thinking like
Stoic.
lizard folk guy, where it's just like he doesn't have a lot going on. Not necessarily stupid, but just like I don't know your ways, but I know your flesh is tasty, kind of.
Oh my god. I saw this great lizard folk barbarian artwork earlier. Hold on, I'm gonna find it.
Okay. Yeah. While you're looking for that, CJ, mute yourself if you can.
Yeah, I think you're like toggling at the wrong times. I think.
Oh, so I didn't realize I was muted. I've just been coughing and
Okay.
Yeah.
drinking.
For some
Oh, it's
reason,
okay.
somehow you
There
unmuted.
we
I
go.
don't know how it happened. Yeah, you're good. You're good. Yeah, because I was gonna just look at it. Yeah. So Ben is shield, full plate,
Well, maybe
Magus
not
Chief.
shield, right? We're not sure.
Yeah,
Some of the
maybe not, but
component
yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I think because the main gimmick is guiding bolt, and
Yeah.
I don't think it requires a consume.
No, no, you're good. You just literally point your hammer at them and you shoot the bolt from your hammer.
It has
Like
no components
that's
at all. Yeah. So, or
yeah,
sorry, it
Yeah,
has no
yeah,
material
so
components. I should say.
yeah, so
yeah.
other than that, the only concern I would have was like healing word or whatever. I don't think it
You're fine.
requires anything.
Yeah,
So yeah,
you're good.
I'd be
Yeah,
good with sword and board or hammer and board.
yeah. So you're 20 AC without magic. Furball, ward. Again, he's medium or light armor. If he's Dexy, he's
Well,
gonna be.
Adam, I'm 20 or 25 because I can cast shield.
Oh no, I get you. I get you. I get you. Yeah. So you're definitely fronty. I mean, Brenda. I said Brenda. Garland is temporary HP sponge, so I'll be up in the front.
Are warlocks
Artificer.
D8s?
Yes, D8s. I have
Okay.
D10s and D8s.
Okay, that's not
So
bad.
I haven't rolled my HP, so I'll do that so we know what we are dealing with. Honestly, I think Suki, you're in like you can do whatever the fuck you
Yeah.
want, Harris. It's
You're
territory,
spoiled for choice.
honestly.
I'm definitely far backline.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, that's
Well,
true.
it sounds like you want to just do damage. So either way, whatever you feel.
yeah.
And that's kind of what we're missing is like raw damage. I think out of any, we have
Yeah,
it, we have it,
Yeah.
we have it covered. But like if like
I
carve
am the
out
only
like
raw
niches,
damage that we
like
have.
there, yeah, exactly.
I am legit the only raw damage that we have. Like my guy can do pretty much nothing but damage.
Tempest Cleric.
Uh,
More clerics.
Oh,
I
Days
mean,
Vault.
I mean, yeah,
clerics
there's.
do some nasty damage. They're pretty fucking good.
I mean, I hate to say it, but a rogue would actually be kind of good. A ranged rogue.
Well, I mean,
Mm.
we
I
we've
thought we
we've
had one, but apparently not.
we've
Oh my
changed
god,
rogue a lot.
I could go
We've,
back. I swear.
I don't know. I mean, we have a lot of things that we've never tested too. So if there's something like that, like there's a whole bunch of wizard um archetypes.
Order the
There's a
Scribe Wizard. That way you can make the damage type whatever you want it to be.
Yeah.
there's the full warlock, which you and I discussed. If you wanted to try that,
Oh, here it is. This was a female lizard folk barbarian. Oh, it's too big. Never mind. Discord doesn't like it.
Discord.
uh,
You can
Use your
already
snip
just
size
tool.
it.
Just
just
take
share the link, yeah, or whatever.
Ooh.
Don't worry, I'm a professional. I can resize it.
Such technology shouldn't exist.
Yeah.
I think after we go through this, I'm gonna turn it because I'm
Yeah,
getting
we'll turn it very
kind
soon.
of tired.
Just
Mhm.
I just think it's kind of neat getting an
Yeah,
idea, and
getting
then
it.
I
And this actually
and
is helping
I
me kind of shape
Oh,
the arenas and
the
stuff that I might
lizard.
throw at you guys, because like it would honestly suck to throw like a druid who's built around like nature and stuff like that into like just this heavily industrial environment or something like that, you know?
yeah.
Surprise.
I would be okay with it.
I mean, yeah, I mean,
Honestly, like
I'm sure you'd be fine
it's
with it, but it would be less interesting and fun.
Where's all the
yeah.
green?
Yeah, like this would like putting you around like wooden stuff would allow you like more opportunities, right?
Oh, for
Potentially.
sure. But I mean, I'm okay with like uncomfortable scenarios for stuff like that. It's
Yeah,
almost
I
like a
understand.
challenge. I like shit
Which,
like that.
yeah,
Even if it's like a fish out of water scenario where I'm like clowned on by like local populace for being so different. Like I'm looking for that sometimes.
yeah. Well, also in general, this like allows me to see kind of what, not to like not what, because like none of these are one tricks, but like the general like some of the ideas of some of these, like I get to see ways that I can allow them to shine, or allow them to see what happens when they struggle with not having them. You know, like
Yep.
not being so powerful, right?
Mhm.
Um, yeah.
So yeah, yeah. It'll probably be.
A lizard wizard casting blizzard.
The
I
lizard
made
wizard.
I made that a while ago. I was just like, he turned out pretty alright.
Yeah, he's pretty
No,
cool.
he's a cool
I
guy.
like the yeah.
But it would probably be a barbarian type or a probably a wizard. I haven't I don't remember playing wizard for quite some time.
Yeah.
Warlock is kind of in there too. Um,
I'll pull up wizard real quick just so we can. Like, this is what I like about wizard.
Yeah,
Look what I had to change.
nothing.
nah,
The
I don't-
Core
capstone.
features, nothing. Um, yeah, wizard is just such a solid chassis. Oh, I guess I technically have to add this to the. Oops, it's actually baseline now, so let me add that in a minute.
Worst
But yeah, we
builder ever.
yeah, so we have blade song. So just for your digestion, Suki, chronergy. So the Dunamancy spells are for all wizards in Materia. It's just, we literally you can't unlock that for certain. You have to like almost make like a custom feat and then put all those spells on the spell list. I think that's what we did with Rock, so that he can at least see them. So Dunamancy exists. You can take unless Danny says no, but in Materia they exist.
It's fine.
Yeah. Um, so I need to fix that because that's supposed
Again,
to be the actual
I don't.
class.
I'm
Yeah,
not so concerned about balance. I don't care if it's fun and
yeah, yeah,
interesting. Go ahead.
yeah. I will say, Arcane Abeyance is one of the few other ones that I had to nerf. I had to clearly state that it has a casting time of one action or not because if you could just put a tiny hut into a instant cast moat, you know how broken that is. Um, Graviturgy just brought it up to snuff because it was clearly the weaker.
Oh, yeah.
Scribes just made it read a little bit easier. Scribes is pretty dope. I like Scribes a lot. And I also made it so that Manifest Mind is not invulnerable and untangible. I actually gave it hit points so you can't do that stupid abuse where you send it 300 feet in front of you and it just fights everything for you because they can't hit it. And you're just casting your spells through it. It's very dumb. Um,
What keeps
and
shocking
then,
grasping me? God damn it!
yeah. No, it's actually really funny. It is an arcane eye that cannot be targeted, that you can see through, that you can cast your spells through.
Yeah.
It's like, what? Um, all of the major schools, they don't have their savants got changed, and Rock has it so like you can switch into an abjuration spell that get prepared, and then at 14th level you just add your intelligence to concentration checks to maintain it.
Only for those
But that's for
schools.
only for those schools, yes.
For your special school. Yeah.
Abjuration's really good. You can see there's no stars on Abjuration besides the Savant. Really good.
Yeah, Arcane Ward's kind of oof.
Conjuring, yeah, but I mean, yeah. But you can keep it going. That's what makes it so strong.
Yeah.
Conjuring got a few tweaks. Just, I actually, why not make it a familiar based one? So improved familiar. And then because we already give the bonus to concentration, it's if you're doing a conjuration spell and you would lose concentration on it, you can use a reaction to re-grab it before it fizzles out. Because like sometimes you could lose concentration like a summon elemental, right? And it would go hostile, and you could be like rebind it to yourself.
Oh, okay.
And then durable just scales rather than a flat 30, it just scales with your wizard level. Important, we have hypnotic. I know you love charming and enchanting. Hey, look, I didn't have to change anything except for savant. Evocation, pretty much the same. Just made potent cantrip a little bit more flexible and potenty. AKA you can change the Jamet type and rather than if they save they take half, it's if you also if you miss an attack roll, you can re-roll it once per turn with only cantrips. Illusion did need a change because illusion is very good. Necromancy, um, temp HP rather than healing, really, just because it's more thematic.
Yeah, with Necromancy,
And
absolutely.
yeah.
Although so many healing spells are Necromancy, and it's like, what?
Old way. Yeah. Transmutation, which was the quote unquote worst wizard, uh, just gave more options and gave it to the discretion, because like people are saying like, oh, it's a metal door, let me turn it to wood, and it'll be easier to break. Doors are wooden; they're hard to break if they're wood too.
Yeah.
So now you can make it like a glass door or something, right? Shape changer actually made it usable, so you keep your mentals and stuff. You're not shape changing into a T-Rex and then, whatever. Um, and then clarified. I need to put a star here. I think this one. Yeah. This is the restore life. I just clarified how it works. Um, war magic, super dope. Um, just made the arcane deflection actually scale based on proficiencies rather than like a flat 2 and flat 4.
Is that what you're thinking of, Suki, doing a shape changer?
Oh,
No, he's just going through the different wizard subclasses.
because there's a lot.
Gotcha.
Like wizard is chonky. Power surge, it's no longer only counter spell and dispel magic. It's also whenever you cast a wizard cantrip, you get a charge, so you can use it more often. And that kind of plays into the limitation of when you use your arcane deflection, you can only cast a cantrip next turn, so you can kind of play with it. And then durable magic, I just actually made it scale depending on what level you're concentrating on. Right. And then arcane shroud is just again scaling rather than just a flat number. That's it. Wizard really needs very little help. Wizard is so good. And I don't think you ever played a 5th edition Wizard. Not to my knowledge.
Cielo was
I
supposed to
did
originally be a wizard or a sorcerer, so that's exciting.
I did an in-person one, but it did not last very long. So
Gotcha. Let me. I saw a couple errors. Let me change those real quick. But I mean, obviously, but I think it's. I'll put it down as Suki, either barbarian or caster, right? It's gonna be one or the other.
yeah,
Melee, barb, or pure ranged caster. Pure ranged caster. All right. Well, there you go. We got our potential group. There you go. I posted it in the one shot also to help you, Danny. I'm sure you
Oh,
take notes.
yeah, I did. But thank you.
Now at least. And it also looks like James pinged you.
Yep, I responded.
Cool. Cool. Got it. Oh.
Okay, I getting
Well,
tired, so I'm going to call it.
same. Danny, thank you once again for running Strahd. It was super dope. And thank you
Agreed.
for the
Yeah.
postmortem. The postmortem was actually really, really cool.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks
That
It
was
was
fun.
fun.
to you guys. You make it fun.
Yeah. See, you will learn you DM selfishly
Oh
because
yeah,
you get to have fun with your friends. That's
and I can fuck with you guys as much as I want.
mm. So yeah. If while everybody is making characters, reach
Yeah.
out to me. I am here to help. Danny is here to help.
Yep.
Uh, yeah. Don't be afraid to ask questions. We're here to help because it is a lot. Improved familiar is a new feature. Let's do that. There you go. That's what I meant to do.
All right. Good night,
All
y'all.
right. Good.
Good
Bye.
night.